In ancient history, a war between the newly created races of Toril and the forces of Hell left humanity nearly extinct. In the post-cataclysmic world, humans placed themselves above all others, while races deemed undesirable watched from below. Ferox, a newly created race intertwined with beast and elf, were regarded to be even more monstrous and were forced into servitude. During the war, the gods and goddesses gifted unique arcane artifacts to those fighting against the Hells. These items turned the tides of war and brought forth brand new schools of magic in the form of the mage class. Alas, magic and hope fade from a world on the brink of destruction. Our hope now lends itself to a select and unlucky few.
Hello and welcome back to the Unlucky Few. My name is Liz, my hair is no longer blonde, and we are ready for the 5th episode. Alright, so announcements before we get right on into it. As per the usual, this episode will be up on our YouTube at ToughDND. That's just our YouTube name. On Wednesday at 7 o'clock, correct?
Yes.
Perfect.
At night. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Eastern Standard Time.
Also correct. Alright, any other announcements we need to make?
I'm Tech again.
Yes, our tech person is once again not here, so you can expect them
And I
to...
love you.
What?
That's my announcement. I love everybody who's watching.
Hi.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, you now have the undying love of Audie. Feel free to add that to your inventory.
All 0 people watching.
But yes, Maddie is our tech person again tonight, so you can expect a wonderfully sneaky, completely silent entrance from our tech person sometime after the break. I'm sure it'll be great.
This time he'll just barge in.
If he doesn't break the door down, I'm going to be so disappointed. Alright, but moving right along, I believe we can now get right into the recap and get right into this week's episode, because we have a lot to go over in the next 3 to 3.5 hours.
Oh boy.
Alright, so where we left off was we split the party, which is always, like, without a doubt, the best thing that you can ever do in a game of Dungeons & Dragons. For you newbies out there, splitting the party is always the way to go. It's like Scooby-Doo. Like, you split the party, you solve the mystery, it's great.
We're Scooby-Dooing it.
It's not a good time.
Can sound right. What did you say?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. So we had T, Fen, and their acquaintance, Autumn, going to investigate a note that the group received from a known member of the guild at approximately midnight. And the bridge. Nothing sketchy there at all. And then we had a fairly growing more intoxicated Syl sitting at the bar, who you had 3, joined by Arwen and joined by Kai, who decided not to go with. In the last session, Syl had a wild ride, figuring out what exactly his relic was, kind of, learning how to activate it, being transported to a seemingly different plane of existence, maybe, could be something else, who knows, and kind of just further bonding with the arcane energies that exist inside of it. And so with that, we will come right into tonight's proceedings, and we will start with the group that decided to venture out into the night of Baldur's Gate.
Good luck, guys.
And don't forget, I cast a sky self. I look like a regular human guy.
Got it. You are Chad McHuman person. That sounds really good.
Nobody refer to me as Svendian. Call me David.
David.
Just David.
Just David.
David the human.
David the human.
You get a resounding response from Autumn of,
I'm walking like how he assumes a David would walk.
David.
I'm just going to put the hood on my cloak up, and
Edgy.
when we get close, I'm going to stealth, and I'm going to tell them that we should be stealthy as well.
David understands.
I thought we all saw it, but I didn't.
Do you want us to roll that now, or?
I'll say you can just because, yeah.
What's my stealth? That was almost shite.
Yeah, okay.
What is her stealth bonus? I really need to print all of these sheets out. Oh, she has good dexterity. It's not bad.
Got 19.
Autumn also rolled a 19.
23.
All right, so you three kind of slip into the night. It is a rather still night in Baldur's Gate, especially at this time. It's not just like dusk or anything. Like we're talking, it's probably close to midnight at this point. And being in the dust town and people knowing about the guilds, kind of get the sense that it's not exactly a place that you want to kind of stick around. So they're fairly easy to hide, and you kind of are able to slip in, take some alleyways, take some kind of like shortcuts to get there, kind of cut through the shadows. But you all feel fairly confident in your ability to remain unseen. Is there anything else you would like to do on your way to the bridge?
What do we do if we're attacked? Do we fight back or do we bolt for the inn?
I mean, if there's more than double our numbers, we need to retreat. But
Do we tell on them?
I mean,
Like
what?
the police? Oh no, that's not going to work. I remember you told us. I look mad that the law enforcement system has failed Fendian once again.
I mean, David.
Sorry, David once again, and is going to probably fail David much more in the future.
If they double our numbers, we retreat. We don't go straight back to the inn because that's probably where they'll head first.
True.
We should try and pick them up while they try and figure out where we are.
What if I don't really know? Well, you sort of explained what went down and the attacky thing, and that he's an asshole. If he tries to do some sort of truce, we don't agree to anything, correct? Until we check back with the group.
I mean, he's not going to do a truce, and if he does, it's not real.
Probably. Foolish old chap for thinking people aren't all terrible. I assume that he has like a more on top look as David. Just like, sorry, I mussed up my hair.
If you can't fight, run away.
No
I
problem
can't
there.
heal you. We don't have any healers with us.
I certainly cannot heal myself. Oh,
But you can heal. All right. Throw something at us and let us know when you're out. Okay. Hopefully this goes well. I say we kill him.
Despite the fact you are really stealthy, and this does not affect her stealth roll, but as she nods, Autumn is wearing. She has like a strapless kind of dress on, and she also has kind of like a choker necklace that has like 2 small bells on it. So she like nods vigorously. It just jingles.
oh my goodness.
All
Is
right.
it like a cat bell so people know she's there? Oh my god.
I was gonna say, out of character, since she is mute, Rax bought it for her and makes her wear it because Rax got tired of constantly getting scared whenever she snuck up on her.
Out of character, how does she do the verbal components to a spell? Or does she just always silent spell?
No. Well, she's a bard. The instrument that she carries with her, since like her like melee weapon is built into that, is enchanted in such a way that it allows her to use the sound waves that come off of the
As,
instrument
like,
as
the
she plays
verbal.
it as the verbal components.
Nice.
So it's been like specially made for her.
Great, now I know for sure that she can heal us. Anyways, we continue to the Rendezvous point.
Oh my god.
Go home.
Rendezvous.
I'm feeling much better at the bar.
Yeah. Alright, so you continue setting off. Are you just walking straight up to the bridge or taking a more roundabout way?
It's me peeking around buildings before we go around.
I would say straight up until we get close, and then try not be on like the main street, but like get like a vantage point or something.
Alright, so you can like, if this is the bridge that's like build it, like there's a couple of like, you know, building with like alleys in between each one, so you want to kind of get in one of the alleyways and like peek around one of the buildings towards the bridge. Alright, how close you want to get? There's like an alleyway that's maybe like 100 feet away, there's another one that's maybe 60 feet away, another one that's maybe 30 feet away.
60.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to David.
Alright, so you get about 60 feet away, you're looking out towards the bridge. What is the range of your dark vision? Is it 60 feet?
Don't got it.
You
I
don't,
mean,
you
I
don't
have
have dark vision?
You took it away.
Oh.
I mean, I have 120 feet dark vision.
Alright, so I was about to say, so you don't see shit. Yeah, I was going to say, Autumn has, I think, 60 feet, so she's just kind of, like, trying real hard to stay on the edge of her vision.
I'm like,
If you are, like, kind of peeking out around the building, you can make a perception check if you would.
sure. Oh, that's not too bad. Plus
I can imagine if anyone's sneaking around to
17.
17?
Yes. He specifically does that.
So you would see a single figure leaning up against one of the pillars on, like, the entranceway, like the side entranceway of the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be kind of lanky and thin. You can see two horns kind of like poking out from the top of the figure's head, kind of coming up and then swirling down and coming around to about here. And appears to just be kind of like fiddling, kind of like moving his hands in like a steady, consistent motion, but just seems to be chilling there. Only one figure.
I retreat back behind. There's just one tiefling man there, horns like this, framing his face. Is he handsome? He's handsome.
I mean, it might be Rayne.
What color is his tiefling skin?
Wearing pants and a long.
Okay. I don't know if I could like see his.
Like a long cloak. You can't quite make out the colors here because if you remember, you can only in dark vision you can only see
True.
shades of. That said, there's still like a building closer that you can move and you can get about 30 feet away. So you can...
I'm pretty sure it's him. I mean, tiefling guy standing there at the point that he wanted us to meet him. It's definitely not Kai.
Is he like right near a building?
He's leaning against one, isn't he?
He's leaning against the pillar that makes up like that's holding the bridge that like connects the bridge to the ground.
Okay.
But there's about a 15-foot space between like where the bridge starts and the nearest building. So he's not generally close to any building in particular. It seems instead of just standing in the middle of the bridge, he's just sort of like leaning against it, like that kind of lean, like one leg on the ground, one leg that's like the bottom of the foot is like pressed up against the pillar, just kind of like leaning against it. Sort of a relaxed stance.
I think
We could go up.
I think we should just sort of walk over to him because if we're too sneaky, then he might, I don't know, act extra unfavorable towards us.
Yeah, but we could get the actual drop on him.
Well, aren't we just coming to talk? I don't think we're coming. It's not a street fight. Hopefully.
Oh, we're not coming just to kill him.
I thought we were actually going to talk to him first, and then decide if he seems shady, more so than apparently he is.
Discussing murder in front of mom, always great.
Okay.
Well, you should lead though, since you've actually talked to him. I've never met him. Neither. Have you met him before, Autumn and Alice? So I don't think she has either. So we're just your friends, accompanying you. The other people that he knows couldn't come because their tummies hurt. Listen, if you tell him that, he's not going to expect that as a reply.
They
It's
all
going
got
to disarm
diarrhea.
him.
I mean, we weren't
Mentally.
on great terms the last I saw him.
Well, he's not going to recognize me. More out of disguise.
Fine.
Don't worry, we have your back metaphorically. We don't actually have it.
I won't count on it.
All right.
I'm
well,
going
that's
to
fair.
have my spear ready and walk up to him.
I'm going to follow, like 5 feet behind. I'm gonna be like right up her ass.
I'm gonna stop like 15 feet away from him.
Oh, sorry, didn't know that you were. David didn't know that you were stopping. And I look, as chill as Fendian can try to make himself look.
Wow.
Hello.
Yeah, Autumn is right up next to you. As you start to approach, you see like the consistent hand movements. He has like a small piece, like a small soft piece of wood in his hand, and he appears to have like a carving knife, and he's just kind of like whittling.
It's gonna whittle your heart.
Hey, hey,
Is it
he's not gonna do that. That would be a little rude.
Sorry.
That pun was a little cheesy.
Was that also a pun?
A whittle, cheesy.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Is it right?
Would you stop?
Is it Rayne?
Yeah, it's Rayne.
Did you say hello to him, or did you just like stand there and not say anything?
That is a T thing to do.
Looks up. Oh, wow, you actually came. I admit I am a little surprised, but still, nice to see not all of you. And one of you who I didn't invite, but that's okay, you can stay too.
Hello, I'm David. I've been helping her out with some jobs.
Right.
Oh, you trying not to laugh, not Fendian.
Not David.
What do you want?
Well, I'd like to think that we maybe got off on the wrong foot here. I know, we met in an alley, I
tried to
said some
rob me.
things, you said some things, we tried to rob you, you didn't appreciate that. Totally understandable, a completely, a usual Dusttown misunderstanding. And then, of course, another misunderstanding. We have people stationed out in the wilds. You meet them, you murder them. It's
You tried to get them to murder us.
once again completely a misunderstanding, and one we are willing to overlook. You, the 5 of you and your friends that I invited here. There appear to only be one of you.
That's a really strong word that you're calling them.
Actually,
I want to act like I'm not offended, but I feel like I need to say that I'm a little bit hurt.
I've known you all of what, 72 hours?
72 magical hours.
he kind of traces like a quick sigil in the air.
Oh, that bitch.
And then just like cast it out. Nothing happens right away. Make an Arcana check.
Right,
No, he's probably
I'm really glad I'm not there.
it's probably detect magic.
Arcana check?
Yeah.
15 plus 3.
You recognize the spell as he's casting Detect Magic. As he does that, and as he does that, his eyes go to first actually Autumn's violin and just goes, and then looks over to you and just goes,
What can David say? It's pretty magical.
So, are
My
you?
underwear makes me not shit myself.
He has magical
And
dependence.
Helmet and Tiffany, he's like, you asshole, you stupid.
My magical depends.
So, are you?
David? Yes.
Are you the tiefling, the rat, the one with pointy ears who lives above ground, or the one with pointy ears who lives below ground?
Well, David likes to think that his ears are nice and rounded, and David likes to think that David lives above ground. Fendian says that, and then he drops it immediately. I'm bad at this, I'm sorry.
Oh.
He's going to kill us.
Is actually making the choice for you guys. It's just-
Yeah, sorry. Fendian's also, his eyes are watering.
So he just like rolls her eyes and lets out a sigh.
You really, this is what you used to kill our scout team? Honestly, truly, honestly.
There was a few more of them, but
Or are they more?
there's
Right.
like 2 that are
Competent?
decent. Yeah.
That's us, totally.
Okay.
No, you.
Is this one an NPC? The only ones that have healed her so far.
Wait, I don't think I killed you. Never
You
mind.
did it.
No, he did once, but it was like after the fact.
Right. Well,
Fendian's also like hiding behind you a little bit, like.
regardless, feel like we got off on the wrong foot. Saw what you were able to do. Always looking to have strong allies. You can kind of see where this is going. You can give us your services. We can do a lot of things with those services. We can give you gold and connections, lots of it, because we steal things, so we have a lot of it.
And if we say no, you kill us, right?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I'm right.
Goodness.
We disappear.
Still no. This is not that kind of meeting, my dear. This is simply me extending an olive branch, and you can accept it and come with us, or you can choose not to accept it and go about your business, and if your paths happen to cross ours again, then that option is still there. If you choose to continue being a thorn in our side after we let you go, obviously, things are going to happen, but they don't necessarily need to. We are more than willing to overlook everything that has been done up to this point and welcome you into our organization. After all, we have some very big plans that we have coming up in the near future that we could really use some skilled help with. So do not feel pressured into saying yes. If you need some time to think about it, feel free to do that as well. I am simply presenting an offer. If you choose not to accept it, then I will graciously back my way into the shadows, and you will not hear from me again.
Hold on. What was the name? The Black Roses? What was it?
The Rose's Thorn.
Do you know anything about the Rose's Thorn?
The Rose's Thorns.
That makes a difference.
That sounds familiar. Wasn't that what those
No,
group
the
was?
Black Rose.
There you go. I was like, in character, or out of character, I was like, oh, that's not the right name.
The Black Rose.
Black Rose. The Black Rose. It sounds somewhat familiar, but can't say I've ever heard of it before. What is it? A tavern?
Part of your guild.
Is it one of the?
X is one of them. Or I believe also the Sparrow.
Oh, X. Yes, that is. Pay no mind to that. That is simply a. As you know, sometimes people start small crime guilds, thieves guilds in the city, and we either absorb them or take them out of the running for the competition in the area. That is simply one of the ones that we absorbed. Albeit when we absorbed them, we brought along some very strong members that became some of the higher profile members of the guild, but still they are simply just another piece of our organization now.
They keep popping up around someone that I'm looking for. I'll help you if you give me their information.
The information of
Either where that person is or someone that will help me find them.
well, I mean, we're very good at finding people.
Fendian's just like,
Just gonna take out her flyer.
oh god, I thought you were just gonna take out a knife and stab Fendian.
I mean,
I never thought I'd get so
Do
tired
5
of looking at
minutes.
my own artwork.
This one. I've reason to believe they took him.
Personally, I cannot say that I have seen him, but can almost guarantee you that I can find someone who has.
I'll give you a flyer. If you do, I'll help you.
All right.
Giant one.
Puts it in his bag.
As for the rest of the law, I'll talk to them, and I'll let you know when you give me my information.
All right, fair enough. Well, I do believe this has been quite a productive meeting, wouldn't you say?
Maybe. We'll see.
All right, I will do my best working my magic, but On the grounds that I do find information upon this individual, does that mean that you will be accepting my offer?
Yes.
All right, I'm sure the guild would be very, very happy to hear that. I believe this is the beginning of a very beautiful working relationship.
We shall see.
He takes a couple steps back, kind of like distances himself about 15, 20 feet away before. You kind of see two figures rise from the roof of each of the first buildings on the left and the right. Two more figures rise from each building, the second building on the left and the right, and two more from the third ones. So they're figures on top of the buildings that you were hiding in between. They'll kind of climb down and start going like towards the underneath, towards like the underneath part of the bridge, and he just before walking away.
I need to get out of the city. 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 Oh my god! He's having a fucking mental breakdown.
You usually have a book with you, right?
Several.
Alright, I'm just gonna like grab one off your person and grab a pen or feather, whatever, and write, I bought us time, calm the fuck down in Orcish and show it to you. And then rip out the page, shred it, and toss it away.
Achoo! I'll just
You mean
Autumn,
sunlight?
yeah,
Autumn.
sunbeam burst.
Autumn is just looking at both of you and it's just like,
Let's
I
go.
have allergies. Okay, let's go. I'm Daviding.
There may be more here.
I like to think that he's nervously changing his appearance constantly as we're walking because I can do it at will. How do you think I look with blonde hair? And it's just David with blonde hair.
His name is Justin
What a way.
now.
And the whole time it definitely sounds like he's trying not to cry.
on the walk back, Autumn does turn to you for a second. She kind of like fiddles with something in her pack and pulls out a like a length of wire that is just like a straight thing and then curved into a circle at the end of it. She kind of like puts it in her mouth and like points it at you as she like readies her violin. She plays a few notes and in your mind you just hear a voice come across and it's just criminals?
That's wild. That's
Yeah.
the coolest thing ever.
She kind of takes it out, puts it back in, puts her stuff away, and then just continues walking. Yeah, no, that's why she couldn't say anything before, is because if she plays the violin, she would give away their position, so she had to stealth. She can only do it when she's like not.
Poor little thing.
Does all that just say one word?
So, oh man, if you guys did join that would very drastically change the story, and I would be very interested to see how that goes. Because the guild has a very well, they have their own things that they're trying to accomplish. What?
Nothing.
T is a desperate woman.
All right, so going back to the tavern, we come to you drinking, the two of you sitting down at the bar with Syl. And yeah, that's you're like, aside from some people kind of filling out the rest of the tables, you are the only three that you know that are currently sitting there now, aside from Sandra, who's just going around and getting drinks.
I'm not drinking. I'm just sliding still like shots.
You know, Kai,
Hmm?
I've been waiting all day to do this. With that, he just lets a heavy hand onto Kai's shoulder, pulls it back, and just socks him across the face.
Roll the hit.
Oh, how much stuff you got in that one?
That will be a 18.
Kai, what's your armor class? Not 18. All right. What's your strength?
8.
So you do 1 minus 1, which equals to 0 points of damage. But Kai, you do just full on take you just eat this fist straight to your face, and it kind of like knocks you back a little bit off of the chair that you're sitting on.
Okay, so I guess I'll just like stumble off the chair a little bit, holding my face, and then so like it probably hurt, but like I'm not like bleeding or anything.
They got bapped.
He punches like a privileged noble.
I was wondering how long it would take for that. Well,
It's gotten noticeably quieter in the bar.
Everyone's just watching. I somehow thought it would be harder than that. Kind of like this, and then I'll do the same thing.
Roll a hit.
We have no ACs.
Oh, please, man.
What do I have to?
Strength modifier.
That's mine. No! 6.
You go to swing and still you just like
Catch
are you just barely able to like get his face out of the way as you kind of like stumble into the bar a bit.
God damn it.
Question, is that a table nearby empty?
Why?
Yeah.
Because he'll just like grab him, like pull him a bit, and just tap him
What are
into
you
the
grabbing
table.
me by? The horns? The shirt? What's happening?
Make an like a grapple check, like an athletics check against Kai to see if you can grapple.
That's a 17.
You have to make a check back. Make an athletics check.
Give me your dragon
Versus the
die.
grapple.
Why?
Please. Give it to me.
If you roll shit, I'm gonna.
I can't read it.
19.
It's 19. All right, so you try to like grab
Thank you.
Kai, but you can't quite get a hold of him, and you're able to kind of slip out of Syl's grasp. What are you doing?
Alright, so I slip out from under your grasp and I go again. Alright, look.
Roll again to hit.
Oh, I fucking love this.
9.
Wait, where am I?
10! Why do your dice hate?
The dragon head is going to be the top of the number, so it'll be a 6.
Oh, 6.
Oh.
Aw.
No, wait, no, it was on this one. I moved it. So
Okay.
it's a 10 to
10.
hit.
What's your AC?
12.
Either way.
This fight is going terribly. We're not getting anywhere with this.
It's just too fucking assholes.
Just two drunk
I was about to say,
stumbling
you
over
swing
each
your
I'm not
other.
hand,
even drunk.
you connect this time, but it's kind of just like a glancing blow. Still's able to mostly pull away, and it just sort of glances off the side of your cheek. So it's like the knuckles. You can kind of feel the knuckles like lightly scrape across, but you're able to kind of like pull out of the way just in time.
This is supposed to be cool, damn it.
At this point, Sandra is like behind the bar and is like watching this intently. Kind of like leans over the bar to Arwen and just goes, "Hey kid."
Yeah.
Takes out something from her pocket and puts 3 gold.
It's a gun.
We gotta keep trying until it works.
Puts 3 gold on the counter right in front of you. Bet you 3 gold descends with them making out.
I thought she was gonna bet on it was gonna work!
Aaron has been pretty bad with that so far this campaign.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna end with them making out, but I think it's gonna end with them making up in some way.
Making up, not out.
So you're taking the bet?
Yeah.
So you see Syl will reach to his hip, and then with his fluid movement, just like a backhand with his rapier.
Oh my god! Are you bitch slapping me with a sword?
Roll the hit with the rapier.
That is a 19.
No!
That'll hit. Roll rapier damage.
Oh
Oh my god, Kai's just gonna have a
Man.
gross gnarly.
Kai's gonna
finger
get
scar.
shish kebab.
That would be 3 damage.
It's supposed to be a fist fight. We said no weapons!
It's 3 points of damage as you just like catch You're like kind of prepared for a fist, so as you like brace yourself, it's just like cold for a second, and then just a stinging pain as you can
Oh.
feel blood just running down from your cheek to your chin, and then
Oh, now
dripping
you've done it.
off of your chin onto the floor. And at this point, like
You're gonna stain
everyone
your
went
clothes.
like it's quiet at this point, but as soon as it's just the shing, and they see the blood drop, you just hear from
So,
everyone in the
you
bar.
see me standing there, my head's turned away, and I stand up and wipe at my face,
Cry,
and just...
cry.
As you're doing that, someone from the bar just goes, "Come on, kick his ass!"
Oh my god! You guys are gonna kill each other. I'm not trying
No,
to be character.
we did set a rule of like hit points we're not allowed to go below.
Actually, we also set the rule, no weapons either, but okay!
Yeah, but things change.
Hey,
What's the rule?
Oh my god, bring
you-
this violin!
if you draw
Ahead.
You don't need it no more.
Oh yeah,
if you draw a new character, you draw a new character. You know, it has to happen sometime.
the character won't be shaded. Black colors only.
Almost
So,
without
with my bloody hand, I'll go back to punch him again and hopefully roll better than...
Your bloody,
Fucking 10!
Your bloody fist slips on his face.
You wanna try mine?
Does it always work?
Mine are pretty good.
With the Heidi.
I need to hit him!
That's a natural 19.
I thought that was a 1.
Natural 19.
So unnatural 20.
That's gonna hit. What is your strength modifier again?
He gets
I think it's +1.
+1, yeah.
Alright, so still, you take 2 points of damage as this time Kai kind
I
of
hate
catches...
you really fucking
I was about to say,
hard.
Kai kind of catches you, like, right below the chin, and just, like that, you wrestled. You know that feeling of, like, when you get hit right here, and you can kind of feel it just jar your teeth?
Yeah.
It's that. You can kind of, like hear a little bit of ringing in your ears as you just get absolutely, like, socked. Kind of like stunt, like taking like a step or two back and kind of like having to shake your head to kind of like
Yeah, definitely come
steady
back from
yourself.
like here and fucking deck you in the jaw. After missing twice!
I have seen little children hit harder than you, and I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Make a is that a charisma save? Or wisdom
Hurts you
save?
with his words.
Aww.
That is a Wisdom save.
Wisdom save?
Ooh,
Alright,
that hurts my feelings.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Isn't Kai a wisdom cast?
Yes!
Oh.
Is that a 0?
No.
Is there a 0 on that?
There's a 0 on this guy.
14.
14.
That's right
Holy.
on.
So
Meet
is
it
it
or
worth
beat
it
it.
now?
Yeah. So yeah, you're able to pass the check. So you're.
Can I go for another punch?
I was about to say yeah. You kind of shrug off the insult.
Kick
From,
him. Use your tail. Beat him up with your fucking tail.
Whip him with it.
you're able to shrug off the insult from Sil.
Restrain him
just
with
like-
it.
I think that was
Wink
an
wonk.
insult.
Though you are able to feel there was like some magical force behind it.
I've been called worse things.
If you want to use it again, I still got it.
Yes.
So you're gonna go for another swing.
I'll go straight for the face this time.
I'm like dead on.
Instead of
Yeah.
going for the face.
Like a jab instead of like a hook.
Lower his defenses. Use tail whip.
Stop!
Is this Kai shaking his ass?
8. Yes.
Yeah.
Me. 9.
9 to hit. Nope.
No.
Not gonna hit.
Maddie, your die failed
Okay,
me.
use the other one.
Alright, so
How
once
many different dice are you gonna use?
I was gonna say once again you swing, still you're able to kind of like duck out of the way and kind of move to the other side of Kai. At this point, there's a small like semicircle forming around you guys, and people are starting to like place bets on who's going to win this.
So I'm
Who's
going
getting
to
more
use
bets?
Fading Blow, so that goes in for a punch, but then quickly hits him with the pommel
Don't
of
go fancy, just
the
hit me.
blade.
Roll the hit with the
You're
rapier
supposed to
again.
Get drunk.
Hit me normal,
Do I
pussy.
do the hand attack thing?
What?
I use this.
Oh yeah.
So
You're
like
that.
he goes for a punch,
Yes.
but then
So
jams
the
it.
feint attack gives you advantage on the attack, right?
Oh,
Yes.
you
But he's
actually
drunk!
attack faint.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
Faint step.
So you have advantage on the roll.
Ooh, that's a pretty good one.
that would be a 19.
That'll hit. Roll rapier damage plus a d6.
Use your tail. Use a spell, Kai.
13 points of damage.
Just
All right.
stab
What the
him.
fuck?
He goes to like hit you, and then at the last second just brings up like the rapier and just smashes your face in with the pommel of it. You feel your nose just break,
No!
just spraying blood all over your face, all over the front of your clothes, and you kind of like just stumble back as there's now blood just freely streaming down your face
I'm
and
gonna
like
have to
down
knock
your
Kai with
front
the
of your
bone
clothes.
now.
Yeah, but as I say, but you
Got a
can
little bit.
you can like hear the crack and like it hurts it hit so hard that it not only broke your nose on impact, but it definitely bruised some of like the bones in your cheeks as well.
It's a good thing I'm purple already.
So what are you doing?
I'll like kind of be crouching for a little bit, holding my face.
Use a spell. Do it. Do it. Use a spell. He's fighting dirty and you're being a little bitch with your fists.
I just like drop
you
as
gonna
I
heal
hold my
him?
face. What?
What's your health right now? Is it bad?
Bad. And
He's a spellcaster. He's got like no health.
yeah, that's true.
We're all fucking spellcasters.
I ain't.
Oh, except for you.
Although I can cast spells now.
And then I'm gonna stand up, and I guess wow, I can't think of words right now. Hold up.
You
Don't
got
wipe your
this.
nose. That's gonna hurt.
You just say like,
I'll throw out my arm and send out guiding bolt.
Roll to hit.
You can do it.
This is much higher than a +1, by the way, so you're a little bit more likely to hit here. That's a 7.
I thought it was a 1 for a sec.
Everything.
It's
You
plus
just have to-
plus a
Should
bit
we get
though.
there?
+6. That's
13.
13.
That's
That'll hit.
you hit.
All right, roll 46 damage. Do you have? Yeah, you have 46 damage.
No, it's 2d6.
Do you want?
These are lucky. Never mind.
Oh, I have like all 4 of them. Yeah.
Oh god.
If you.
This got serious real fast.
Yo.
Uh-oh. That's 15 points of damage.
Wait, no, that's.
15 points of damage.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And now he's lit up so you can punch him easier.
So I do that and I send out Guiding Bolt and hit you straight in the face with it. Clearly very angry at this point since you broke my nose.
Yeah, say bits of a golden energy, since that's how the color that you described it last time, just come in and just like in forward rapid bursts, just like da 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 da, just catch you. So like straight in the face. You can feel like the burning radiant energy just like burning through your skin. It's definitely like your skin is like marked now with burns, like it's like pocked.
He is in the bloody state, correct?
Yes.
Still?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, what was it?
17?
The first one was 3 and then it was 13
Yes.
that I took? Yeah, I'm
Okay.
like...
Then, is he still, like, near the bar? Like, pressed against it?
I would say no.
Yeah, you guys have kind of moved out a little
Okay.
bit.
Did you guys, like, tackle to the table?
You're probably like 10 feet away at this point.
There's like a
from the
little
bar.
semicircle of bystanders cheering you on.
I'm
Yeah.
just...
At this point, as soon as so with the
staring at
radiant
you
energy,
intently.
at this point you hear Sandra beside you. Just, I should probably do something about this eventually.
We'll have to see where this bet goes tomorrow. I don't think there's going to be a conclusion tonight.
Just a hospital visit.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to watch them in case they do it while everybody's asleep.
I didn't hear a word you just
You're
said.
gonna have to watch them in case they make out while everybody's asleep.
God.
I mean, I
It's the
sleep in the same room as one of
This has
them.
gone beyond boys.
Is it
No, we hit the point that I was thinking.
So what are you doing?
So he's going to turn towards the bar, because he would have not moved far from it. Grab one of the shots, like spun around, like hit him in the chest, and because there's
And I
contact
died.
from there, cure wounds.
Pussy. No.
Hey!
That'll
I
Killed
take-
you up so I could beat you again.
Oh, what am I doing? It's modifier. 9 hit points back.
Thanks.
Her nose snaps back into place.
Ew!
Well,
Ew.
the relatively reform, I think, is how it does it.
Ew, does my nose get healed?
You kind of feel like some of the bones like readjusting themselves into place. You kind of feel the swelling
Oh.
like already starting to subside a little bit. That said, you are still covered in your own blood. You're like your outfit is ruined.
Wow, I'm
You
really
should
glad
learn
I didn't buy a new cloak
prestidigitation.
already. Yeah, right? Wait, do I have one? No, I don't think I do.
It's a good spell.
It is.
Dude,
Good.
You got
It's
new
really-
clothes.
No, I
Thaumaturgy is great if you want to intimidate.
I was just gonna say I have that.
I like
Um,
using the soil objects.
I'll
His hand would still be
Or
pressed with
soil
you
it.
into your chest with the shot.
I keep wanting to go to say like, oh, his eyes are filled with, and I'm like, wait, no, he doesn't have pupils or anything. They're just black, so you wouldn't know. I'll just, as I feel my nose unbreaking, I guess, I'll just look down at the shot, look up at you, look down at the shot, take it, knock it back, put it on the bar, and then just sit back down where I was before.
You kind of hear like murmurs behind you. Everyone is just like, "Wait, what the fuck?" And then somebody else is like, "Why the fuck did they stop?" Somebody else is like, "Wait, who the fuck won?"
Ollie, I don't understand. Does that mean I won? Did they just make up?
Sandra kind of.
Oh, Maddie.
I was gonna say, Sandra looks to you. Let's give it till they get upstairs at least.
Fair enough.
Sorry about that. Just some minor technical difficulties. All right. So with the end of a fight, you kind of have some people that are just like some murmurs that come up through the crowd. They're just like, "Wait, who won?" Somebody else is like, "How are we gonna pay out the bets now?" Everyone kind of like is like grumbling and kind of shifting back to their spots. The entertainment seemingly over.
I'll, after taking the shot that he gave me, I'll sit down at the bar again, right where I was before, and order 2 shots. Put one in front of me and slide one in front of your seat. But you did sit down.
He would think about going up the stairs, rethink it, and then go back down to his seat, sitting down.
You take the shot. All right. Con save.
It's not gonna go good.
What did she give him a shot of?
Well,
I
no, but
think you put it back after you use like a million different ones.
Yeah, but I'm missing one. Oh, no, it's right there.
That's a 3.
Plus
16.
16 and 8.
8.
You're both starting to feel. But you're like tipsy after 2 drinks, and you are like the same level of tipsy, but you've had
Like
4.
5.
You've had like 4 at this point.
I'm shocked he's not knocked out yet.
Uh-oh.
Did you spill a drink or something?
Nope.
No,
Oh
luckily.
my god.
Eat a dick, respectfully.
Well,
We'll just need a knife and fork.
now I know what the end of a rapier tastes like.
Your blood.
You beat me to it.
It is a deadly weapon and used in the right hands.
Gotta say, I thought you'd hit harder than that with your fists, but nothing you didn't make up for with your sword. Thanks for that, by the way.
With how fast you usually are, I thought you would dodge each hit.
It's been a long day.
It has been a very long day. And I swear, if they go to the bridge and bring more bad days here, I think I might be getting in more than one fight tonight.
Oh wait, I'm getting a David? No, just kidding. I was wondering how long it would take for you to do that. You did catch me off guard quite a bit, though.
I didn't think I was going to, but then everything coming into the city, the thing with the harp, I was extremely frustrated. You jumped on the idea of the first job without even hearing the second job or discussing it with the rest of us at length when we were away from watching eyes, but
He seemed like the type of person that wanted an answer then and there and would respect that more so than giving a not so clear answer.
do we really care for his respect?
When he's paying out that much, yes.
But a part of me has the rethought of it. I know you probably need the gold more than I would. And I know some, like Fenwin, he does run a bookshop, so has to keep it a bookshop. I think next time, if you just turn towards us and just say, are we in or not? I have no problem with that. But now we have a good enough idea of what this Duke is. I wouldn't mind just saying yes to the next job he offers.
Right. Well, I will agree to not jump to things before discussing it with the rest of you. If you agree to have my back, should we get into another scuffle. Perfect.
you
I thought it was
okay?
gonna be.
Bearing 2 more shots. Sandra comes up to you and sets him down in front of you. So, you 2 all good now?
Sorry, I know what she's trying to get them to kiss.
What?
Actually, no, but that's really funny. Actually, I kind of wish I was playing it for that.
I thought we all turned toward her
Sorry.
confused, like, what?
Sorry, I thought that's what she was going for.
No.
I suppose so. Now I can see what he can do, and he seems to be not just all talk.
Yes, the audience seemed to have enjoyed it, as well as the more peeping audience. She kind of turns towards the stairs. You see kind of like both peering around the like peering around where like you go into the hallway towards like where you would get to the tower. You see like half a face of a red-skinned tiefling and then half a face of cat. And upon like everyone like like the 3 of you turning to look at them, you just hear "Ah!" And then all of a sudden it's gone.
The bad day doesn't stop.
I'll take the shot. Well, not like take it, but like I'll take it from her.
Yes.
Well, I suppose I, as hard as it is to admit, have a newfound respect for you and don't take that for granted.
Likewise.
Clink.
Make one more con check, each of you.
God damn it!
They're really low con checks since you passed them all so far.
15.
Smokes for a really long time. I have 14.
Yeah, you're both fine. And then as she's like taking the empty glasses away, she just kind of turns back towards you. Oh, heads up, you got one more incoming. And then she just, you hear like footsteps coming up and stopping beside you. So.
Oh, I thought you meant she was gonna punch one of us. You got one more incoming.
Round two.
This fight will be over one way or
She
another.
just checks him.
a new challenger appears. One of the people from the barge like jumps up and challenges.
He'll look towards.
It is Rax, who just is looking towards you, looking towards your burnt ass face since you have not been healed yet, and like looking from that to the blood all over Kai's clothes,
Just fucking like
back
here.
to you, and just like.
Can I help you?
What the fuck? You know what? No, don't answer that. Have you seen my elf anywhere?
Yes. She's out with 2 friends.
It's my teeth chattering in fear.
Are these friends of yours?
Yes, and the one's very, very competent, and she will be in safe hands.
That's what they're not going off. Just kind of like slumps into the chair next to yours before just like.
I know. I'm imagining to like pat like Rax's shoulder. It would be like a reach up.
How tall are you?
6 foot even.
She's got about 4 inches on you, so a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do that.
Also, just like very like broad-shouldered. Like she's not like the like big girl that like wields swords in like animes that is like somehow still stick skinny. Like she is like she is built.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would also heal myself at this point.
Since Kai decided not to do that for you.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm back up.
Kai, playing a class that solely revolves around support and healing. I can do what?
Shut up, he got his nose broken, he's angry.
It'd be funny if you like healed him
9
by
points.
accident.
Feel some of the
Instead of,
skin is starting to peel off of the burns. Return to normal.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Thanks, mate.
Heals that 1 damage I dealt with a bunch.
Well, I think I'm gonna go back upstairs.
As you head upstairs, Arwen, what are you doing?
Am I reaping the spoils of my bet? Or no?
Yeah.
Dope.
As she walks by you, and as Sil goes to leave, she just kind of like scowls and pushes all the gold towards you.
Finally, our Rowan's a bit.
I'll go upstairs too.
Can I go play with the wormling?
Yes.
Cool. I'll go hang
I'll
out with
seek
the
out
wormling.
Cat.
Alright, so as you both make your way upstairs, probably about 5 minutes after that is when, was that a cat?
Yeah.
I thought that was Maddie.
God,
He's been over here for like the past 5 minutes trying to get my attention.
that's, what a babe. About 5 minutes after you guys head up is when, the other party kind of walks into the bar.
Imagine they just see like blood droplets on the floor and like people like counting money.
Oh
Yeah.
god, they got to them first.
What happened to your face?
They're not there.
No? Oh.
They both
They,
walked up.
they went upstairs 5 minutes before we came in.
Oh, okay. Heavy sigh sits at counter. Something hard. Bar. I mean, not counter. Sits at the bar.
Upon you saying that, Sandra holds back a snort before starting to pour a drink.
I'm gonna like, even though he's like 6'1", he's just gonna like slink over.
Oh my god.
Stay in the tower tonight. I don't need a bed. I just need to
Can
lay
I
low.
sleep in your bed tonight?
Just kind of like looks at you and just
He's spending it again.
hands you a key.
Thank you. I was gonna good night. I'm going to find something to hide under.
Don't sleep on the couch in the living room.
I don't want to.
I added more beds anyway.
Great, I'll sleep
that's what
under
we
one.
need.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna immediately go just try to find where an empty bed is and use pillows to make it look like I'm sleeping on the bed, but I'm going to be sleeping underneath the bed.
Wow.
Alright.
Whoever's in the room just hears like, because I'm scraping underneath the bed together.
All right, so there's now 4 beds in each room.
Okay.
One room right now is currently just no, there were 3. One has Syl,
I'll flip a coin for it.
Gab, and Arwen and Luna sharing a bed in it, and then the other one is just Kat and Kai.
Okay, so heads is Syl, tails is Kai.
What kind of
Kai!
flip was that?
I think you flip it with your thumb like cool guys in
So,
the 50s.
what if I like an extra bed in each room now? Or?
Yeah, there's
There's 2 beds
there's
in-
4 beds in each room now.
So, Kai sees Fenny like,
Jesus. You just see him like covered in blood from like here down.
oh, they got you, Kai! And then I'm gonna, and I'm going to bury, he looks really paranoid, and he's scrabbling to shove the pillows underneath the blanket. And then, you see, like, I assume you see, like, his boots sticking out from under the bed, because he's
The
very
best
tall.
part is the whole wall is just windows behind you.
Well, no, they've been darkened at this point.
Oh, okay.
I
I forgot they did that.
just got a Facebook.
Yeah.
So where's Kat?
So next we're still going to stay down in the lobby for the moment as you get served a drink. Arwen, goddammit. Autumn kind of comes in beside you, and you see Rax at the bar, and Autumn just kind of like sees her. You kind of see like a quick registry of the face of like, oh shit, like I would have totally left without telling her. She's just like, before just like tapping her on the back, Rax like turns around and stands up. It's a little hilarious with one of them being 6'4" and the other one being 4'11". Just the sheer, and like Rax probably easily weighing maybe 3 of her. Just the sheer discrepancy of size. As like Rax is just like glaring at her, and Autumn is just doing her best to just be like, and you just hear like a little bit of shuffling as Rax literally just like bends down, picks her up like Princess Carrie, and then begins walking towards the rooms.
Love that.
Tina's like, oh.
Oh wait, no, yeah.
They're actually not together. Rax just has a really hard time keeping like control of her shit.
T 100% thinks they're together now.
She was literally debating, like, she was like, should I fireman carry her? No, that's probably a little disrespectful. She's wearing a dress.
Drag her.
Whoa.
Wow.
Just
Wait,
pull
no,
her
she
by
sits
the
down
ponytail.
on a chair and then she picks up the chair she's sitting on.
What? Just hold her like a toddler at Disney World.
Isn't that a wedding tradition?
On the shoulders.
I think so.
Yeah, Jewish wedding style, they have like in a circle, they're like,
Anyway.
Is that a Jewish thing?
I thought it was.
Oh boy.
I think so.
We're not
I
going
don't
there.
know.
We're not
I
going
don't think it
there.
matters.
It's a wedding thing, that's for sure.
It's some kind of wedding thing.
It won't be at my wedding.
I'd like to see somebody try to do that at mine.
Sick.
Wow, I love the self-confidence.
We're getting sidetracked. Back to the tavern.
All right, so yeah, T, you're just down there taking shots. How many shots are you taking?
Enough to feel nice and sleepy.
Make a con check just in case.
What if you keep passing them when you're trying to fail them?
That was how I tried to do it with
Uh-oh.
stillness. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get a failure. 18, 17, 16.
What is that?
Save or check?
Check.
9.
9.
You're drinking by yourself, so obviously you can't really embarrass yourself, but like you are not tipsy. You're like kind of sloppy drunk by the time that you decide that like maybe it's time to go upstairs.
I'll just like flop onto the couch in the living room and pass the fuck out.
All right, so moving back to the
Oh no.
to the reason why you can't do that right now.
The
So
couch is made of
I was about to say, I'll say that takes you the better part of an hour to go from like I am sober and just had an important meeting and need to discuss things with people to look at this bar. No.
No.
So coming back, you would enter into the tower, since you two are the first ones here, along with you, to see Colette just kind of laying on the couch in the living room, just kind of like staring up at the ceiling, just kind of like eyes closed but not sleeping, just kind of like laying there and kind of like meditating a little bit.
Don't you have your own place?
Don't you have the ability to mind your own business?
No.
Yeah, I kind of picked up on that one. She sits up. Yeah. Just kind of goes back to lays back down.
Such an intelligent conversation.
It's been a long week.
I'm gonna say that again.
I'm just gonna go to my room. Colette doesn't want to talk, so I'll go to my room.
Colette just kind of shrugs. It seems she looks pretty fucking exhausted. With the events that happened earlier, i.e. last week, it's kind of obvious to see why, but like you kind of like make that eye contact as she says like it's been a long week, as like she just kind of looks at you, and then for a brief second her eyes just like flicker to the harp and then flicker back to you, and she's just like,
And the fact that he's like halfway to shit-faced.
yeah, she definitely can kind of like see that you're a little bit drunk. And then also like as she like lays back down, she like sits back up suddenly and then like looks at you and your blood covered clothes and is just like,
And phase.
and then kind of sees like you're still like discolored, like mostly healed burnt skin, and is just like,
What? Is there something in my teeth? Just
yeah,
like sharp tooth grin.
So this is already walking to his room.
yeah, blood.
I'll turn and walk upstairs. Just not saying anything, no explanation.
So fucking weird. Just lays back down. You get to the bedrooms. There is no one in the bedrooms.
Oh, great.
Where'd Cat go then? I'll go up to the library.
All right. So sitting in a small circle with 3 bottles of wine in the center
Oh.
are Cat. Let me make sure I have everyone here. It is Rare, Cat, Gab, and Luna are all just kind of like sitting in a circle, like talking. The entire library just like reeks of wine. There's 3 bottles in the center that appear to have something in them, and then 2 more that are off to the side that are laying on their side and empty.
Spin the bottle! Spin the bottle!
So we are skipping the bar fight.
I'll just walk in and look down at it. What kind of wine is it? Red wine?
Cat just looks up
Bet.
at you and just goes, "So, looks like you had a fun night."
Fantastic. Do you have a washcloth?
What was that?
My neighbor's kid just screaming in the hallway.
Sames.
Roll for intimidation. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not.
I really wanted to say that, but that's super not
What?
nothing. Like out of character, Liz is just like, "Bitch, you just walked by a whole ass fucking washroom." In character, Rare is just like, "Isn't there an entire bathroom downstairs?"
Yeah, but I already walked all the stairs.
Oh, well, life is hard.
I'll just give Cat a pained look, like he wouldn't say it, but like she could see in his eyes, like, holy shit, this hurts.
Cat just kind of turns to you. Do you need someone to talk to later?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I'll be down momentarily.
I'll go.
Maybe
Yeah.
she grabs some of the bottles. Maybe a bit longer than momentarily, and just takes like a long sip before putting it back down.
I'll leave, just kind of like trudging, kind of tired.
Following up behind you is Arwen. The wormling is just kind of like it seems to be hiding under one of the desks that's up there, but its tail is like poking out from underneath the desk, but it just like doesn't register as like that allows it to be seen. So it just like feels very confident that its body is like in the little like hole, and then everything like its tail is just sticking out.
Oh my goodness.
But,
So can I
yes.
poke my little nose under the desk and be like, "Hi"? Can I reach my hand out and pat it on the head?
It's like cold, nice and cool to the touch as you come to know. As you kind of like rub the scales a little bit, like in the going like with the flow of the scales, you kind of like feel some static electricity building up on your fingers. It's just kind of like a cat, just sort of like how they just sort of like arc into like the pet, and you just hear like.
Yay! I'm gonna hang out with this dragon for a little while. I'm gonna
I'm
sit
worried
under the
about that too.
desk. Am I in the library with?
Yes.
Okay, and can I hear them?
Yeah.
So, can I entice the dragon to follow me while I go and approach?
Yeah.
Cool. Then I'll do that to see what's up.
All right. As you're like are playing with the dragon and like coaxing him out, they're talking a little bit just about at first they're just talking about like magic and stuff like that. Rare is kind of talking about some of the things that she has been learning up at the academy, that she's been dragging Luna along to every day. Luna talks about, a couple of the people that she's met, doing like a little bit of research that she apparently has been doing, with Gab and Kat like chiming in, each like kind of discussing how like, Gab talking about like the focuses and kind of like comparing how that works to Kat kind of bringing in how she kind of does her thing with kind of enchanting items through like mechanical means. Before they're like, and as like it probably takes you maybe 15-20 minutes to kind of coax the dragon out. Also just like, you can kind of hide in the cubby hole a little bit, and it just sort of snuggles up against you, and you don't want to, it's like you don't really want to get up because like you've already sat down to watch TV and the cat sat on your lap and you're like, man, I should really get up and go do something, but like I can't now. I guess I'm stuck here. I guess I'm just gonna binge this whole season. It's kind of like that kind of thing. But as they kill another bottle of wine and a third one joins sideway onto the ground, the conversation completely breaks down into like boys and girls in the town that they find cute, and it just turns into like a complete fucking like slumber party girls' night up there. It is hilarious.
I'm gonna
Down
stay
low,
under this
see
desk
who
and just
who.
listen.
What?
Get
Yeah.
the info. Get
That's what
the
I'm doing.
deets.
I'm just gonna stay under this
I think
desk with
I
the
smell
worming and
like
listen.
All right, make a actually. I was gonna say
The
your
next
your-
firefight.
I got rat ears. I wasn't hearing.
Yeah, that is true. They kind of like know that you're up there though, so as before like the conversation gets too steamy, they're just like,
I'm
Luna's.
under the desk hiding with the dragon.
Well, yeah, but they saw you come upstairs.
Oh, they don't know if I left.
They saw you never leave. It's like if I watched you walk into like,
Oh, they're like right in the entrance.
they're not right in the entrance, but imagine this is the library, and so the entrance is here, and they're like here,
Oh, okay.
and so you're like here, and you're under the desk, which is hidden. But it's kind of like if I watch you walk into Maddie's apartment and then you go like hide in the spare bedroom, I can't currently see you. But that said, I watched you walk in and I clearly never saw you leave, so I know you're somewhere here.
Got
Are they
you.
too drunk to realize that?
Not quite yet, because Luna is going to like lean over and just goes, Arwen, do you want a drink?
Yeah, that's right. Getting good. Be like,
Ooh,
who's
what
the
is Arwen
cutie
gonna
around
do?
town?
This is a good question. I don't know if I want to hide and listen.
Well, they just called you out.
Or
So.
do
They just called me out, and I gotta. Can I entice the wormling with a piece of jerky or dried meat
Yes.
to follow me?
Yeah.
Then I'm
Don't
going to do
drink
that.
it.
And I'm
Might
gonna
just be
bring
like,
my new drinking buddy
Ask the
with me.
dragon
Don't
who it thinks
let
it's
the
cute.
dragon.
I really like the dragon, and I want to hang out with the dragon.
The dragon's
That's the one.
great. It's the coolest member of the party.
It's
No
such a
offense, guys. The
sweetie.
dragon's the coolest.
We don't let it drink.
I'm not gonna let it drink.
Good.
So, yeah,
It's keeping. It's
I was
my
about to say
DD.
the wormling follows you over there, and up to this point,
DD, designated
Rare
Meet me in the bar.
Luna, Gab has seen it, and Kat saw it. Rare and Luna haven't seen it yet, so like both of them are just like as they just see it, like wide-eyed as they just see this thing, and there's like a little bit of like fight or flight of just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, it's really cute, but oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Guys, we got a
before-
baby.
Before you like like as soon as you reach there, you kind of offer the piece of jerky, and it sort of like snaps into it, kind of makes a couple happy yelps, and they're all just like,
They're all really really drunk too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
So
I
I
was
just
about to
got
say
a
you
million
literally.
times cuter.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're at like you're at a college party and there's 4 drunk girls in the kitchen and all of a sudden like the dog that lives like the cute little puppy that just like lives there just walked in and all of a sudden that's like, oh fuck, like that is the star of the star of the show
You're
now.
like the dad that carries around the little baby, and all the women are like that's you right now.
I just got a million times cuter because I have a cute pet. Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oscar Bauer's cute as hell.
You said they offer you the wine.
Hello.
So this is the part where we skip fighting a lich, right?
Oh, Mr.
Exactly.
Ratfield.
I have to
I
know.
knew Audie would like me because she likes the
I
man
just
a
have to
lot.
know. Have you two been drinking?
Not yet.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, Liz. I
You're like crying, dear. In through your
spreading.
nose,
I
out through
hate
your
you
mouth.
so much.
In through your nose, out through your
I
mouth.
should, like-
I keep hearing it. Oh,
I just had like a war flashback right there. Of, like, you know like the Morty meme that's used of like the half asleep Morty like waking up that's normally captioned like when you can hear like your cat destroying everything you own at 3 a.m. It's like the Morty like waking up out of bed. I just had that, but like the caption is like when you fall asleep watching fucking Nick at Night and like you fell asleep to George Lopez and you just like wake up and it's like 4:30 in the morning and you're just like what and you're just like wait, what am I doing? And then like somewhere in the distance on the TV you just hear, oh, Mr. Sheffield, and you're just like, God, what is going on? It's bad. That is the flashback you just took me to. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
I was in like 10th grade, all like there for
You're
just a
so
brief
welcome.
second.
You watched Nick at Night in the 10th grade.
Yes.
Okay. So did I.
I was about to say,
So did I.
what do you think I did? Hang out with friends? I didn't have those.
Well,
Anyway, so
Wow, fuck us, I guess.
No thanks.
No, okay. I love
So
you
anyway.
all very much.
as you're sitting
Just
there,
not tea.
like the back half and the tail of the dragon is just sort of wrapped up in your lap. Next to you, Luna is just sort of like leaned over and is just like full on like snuggling it, like head on its neck, just kind of like. Dragon is just sort of like very contentedly purring, squeaking every once in a while.
Is it a girl or a boy? Do we know?
We don't know.
We don't know. I'll just use they.
No, it's a
Are
girl.
they cute?
Wait, yeah, I think
Yeah.
we've been saying she.
Oh yeah. It is a female dragon. That is correct. Yes.
Isn't she cute?
You just haven't named her yet.
Well, she's gonna name herself.
She's an independent wormling.
I'll let them know that as well. That she doesn't have a name, so they don't get confused as to what to call her.
Whenever you look at me, you're gonna hear it.
Sir, anything else you are adding to the conversation as they all sit there talking?
I'm mostly just listening and trying to find little spaces to connect with people on.
Got you. All right. Well, in that case, I will message you some of the juicier details of that conversation later, but I'm not going to say them out loud because that would be
Coward.
unfair for the rest of the party. You want to fight? Wait, no, actually, no. Don't answer that.
I mean, you don't know what's gonna happen with T. She might end up there.
All right. So an hour later, as T, so you just go to bed, right?
He'll lay on his bed for a bit.
Yeah. And you're back in your room, correct?
Yeah, I'm sitting on my bed. I've gotten like my face cleaned up, but there's still like dried blood on my nice white shirt.
Oh well, it's a red shirt now.
Right. You're hiding under your bed. You are up there, talking with them. There's a couple of interesting stories that get told, and a couple of like finer, details that I will message you. So it's a secret from the rest of the party. T, what do you do when you come back in, kind of sloppily drunk?
So there's someone on my couch.
Yeah, there's currently Colette on the couch that just kind of looks up for a brief second as you come in and just goes, "Yo," and then kind of like lays back down, and before her head even like hits the pillow, she just kind of like moves back up again and just nice and lays back down.
In my bed.
Babe, I know you're drunk, but this is a couch, not a bed.
I am aware. Still my bed.
Wow.
Do you need help maybe getting upstairs to where the actual beds are? She added more of them.
No. Mm-mm.
You're gonna sleep here then.
What I've been doing.
Kind of like scoots to the very like edge so that she's laying against the back of the couch. And just sort of does an arm like this over the pillow and just goes, "All right, snuggle up."
Please.
Throw up on her.
Move the arm. I can't do that. And then I'll just flop down.
She doesn't experience love.
Or happiness.
Yikes! The call out post. All right, so the
And I'll
two.
put my face by her feet.
Ew.
Ew.
So like head and head, like so
We
we're
get it.
like opposites. So it
As
look like
okay.
we're sleeping together. We're just sharing the sleeping area.
You're still on a couch. It's not a lot of room.
She wants to make it as
Says you.
impersonal as possible.
What are you
I
drawing?
mean, her choices of words were very precise. Read into it if you must.
I don't do that.
Read.
Her head by her feet. And then
yes,
her feet
no,
by her
I'm
feet.
aware of that. Colette is just gonna find that slightly gross, and once you fall asleep, is probably gonna switch.
If I woke up with that lady's face in my face, I'd scream.
Disgusting.
Not because she's ugly. I would just be scared if I went to sleep with feet and woke up with face.
Well, she's probably gonna like turn the opposite way,
Oh.
so you'd wake up to like hair.
Yeah. Just,
What did I do?
What a session.
Alright, so they have a fun talk upstairs. You probably stay up there, get maybe a little bit tipsy. Probably are up there for still the better part of like an hour and a half before everyone kind of moves to their respective spots downstairs, like back in the sleeping arrangements.
Okay. So now I'm. Wait, who else is in the room other than the four of us? Just the four of us?
It is up in the library.
Oh no, I thought you said we met back down. Sorry.
Well, yeah, when you go back down, Luna comes along with you,
Mhm.
because you obviously are sharing the bed.
Mhm.
Gab comes into the room with you to take her bed. There's another bed like next to yours now that appears to have been added to the room. Let's see. Kat goes back into your room with you, and Rare also comes down from the library with another bed now being in the room with where Syl is. Just kind of like takes the bed on the end in that room.
Oh, okay.
You're all kind of like, maybe not you as much because you joined a little bit later, but they're all kind of doing that thing of like when you're drunk and you like feel like I'm being really quiet right now, but it's just like really loud door opening, like lots of giggling, and then like loudly making your way to the bed.
I miss those kind of nights. Alcohol hurts.
good talk.
All I'm thinking about is New Year's.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
You're thinking about what?
Mm,
New Year's.
Oh.
I'm thinking about his. Never mind.
All right, so I guess when we get to the room, I'll just flop face first on the bed.
I can imagine
Yeah, I was
you
at the-
missing.
I was about to say yeah.
I
but-
missed.
And Luna just flops right next to you.
Yay! Can I like steamroll on top of her?
Sure.
Excellent.
Roll to roll.
What?
Make a roll.
roll to
Don't
roll.
please don't.
10.
Yay.
Average.
It was an average steamroll.
Yeah.
So proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale from steam to barrel, it was cinnamon.
Hey.
All right. So, any other conversations that anyone wants to have before you fall asleep for the night? You would hear, unless you fell asleep, you would hear Kat just kind of like coming into the room and just like kind of like.
No, I'm like sitting up on the bed.
Oh yeah, you would see Kat kind of like
I'm asleep.
you would like hear her kind of like giggling in the hallway as she opens up the door and just kind of like thinking everyone's asleep, like take the first couple of steps, like an awkward tiptoe into the room before she sees you awake and just goes, oh, and then kind of looks over at like the stack of pillows on the bed.
I forgot
And,
about
With
just
the
kind of-
blanket over top, it looks like somebody's sleeping.
Yeah, and walks over and just like pats like the bottom part of the pillow and just goes, good night.
that. Can you imagine if he was actually laying in the bed, just half asleep, his butt pack
He
at
would
night?
freak out. He's just softly sobbing underneath the bed.
Oh.
But yeah,
I
she's
have
just,
to move.
Wow. You're drunk. Don't know. Wait, has she been drunk before? Like,
no.
Ooh,
It's
fun.
been like 4 days,
Um,
hasn't it?
something like that. You're drunk.
You're right.
Well,
That's what I like about you. You're so astute. Astute?
Yeah.
Knowledgeable.
oh.
Like,
I guess you're not.
like you notice things. You're perceptive.
Yeah. Guess so. You gonna be, like, good for the night? Are you, like,
Hope I can find my bed. I found it.
are you, like, a vomiter? Like, should I be worried you're gonna, like, choke?
Not that drunk.
When she says, found it, is she saying that to Kai's bed?
No, she's
Oh.
saying
What
it
is
to her.
with you?
I mean,
I want the plot to thicken.
Kai's gay.
And Finny was like, oh lord, what are they doing?
found it.
No, that's like a little bit of like sarcasm. Just like, you gonna be okay? And
Yeah.
she's like, I hope I can find my bed. And she like touches the bed that she's sitting on and just goes, found it.
Well, so you're an asshole drunk. Great, terrific. Good night.
Oh my.
Did he say that? I'm under the bed.
No, he's just.
Mommy and Daddy are fighting.
I mean, to be fair, you're an asshole sober, so
You hear the crying stop for a second.
Would I be able to hear that from the other room?
no.
I just I can't even be mad anymore. I'll just kind of look over towards your bed like, what?
I was at the say, just sensing a disturbance in the force. Downstairs on the couch, Colette is just like.
Well, I see you still like to insult me drunk. Fantastic.
To be fair, you're mostly the one that insults me, but it's okay. I know it's done in love.
It's mutual.
It only means that we care, right?
Unfortunately.
It's unfortunate that you care about me.
No. Oh man, I'm not drunk enough for this.
She kind of like reaches like into her coat and her like cloak and pulls out one of like the half bottles of wine that she has left.
And now I like you more. I'll take it. I'll take a big bowl.
The party's
So-
drunk already.
What happened?
Okay.
What happened with you and? God damn it! I need to stop doing that.
It sounds like
Stop
something
touching
breaks
things.
every time.
Never. I'll touch
Golly.
things.
That's how
How
the monster broke.
touch things how the
What did you say?
Nothing.
you're cruising for a bruising.
With
Not
the
the
elf.
fun kind. What?
He's already got them.
With the elf, you mean?
He has a name, but yeah, we didn't see the start of it. We just saw the first thing we saw was he appeared to slice you, and then the crowd went, and we were like, what the fuck is going on? And then you tried to hit him, but you didn't appear to be very good at that. And then he like busted up your face, and we were like, oh no, Kai's in trouble. And then you like, and he went like, and we were like, oh no, Syl's really in trouble. And then you guys were just fine.
Yeah, I saw you enjoying the show.
We were more concerned, but we didn't want to like intrude, especially once it became like, a
You wanted to see who won.
personal moment. No, I did not. If you want to make an insight check, you can. She has disadvantage on lying because she's drunk. She's a very honest drunk too. That's a natural 1 and a natural 20.
15.
It's a natural 1. She's telling the truth. She
Oh,
is,
really?
She is literally like that level of intoxicated where like she cannot lie.
Like she would say, like,
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I suppose we've come to understand each other better after that.
That's definitely good. What were you fighting about?
I think he was just angry and needed my face to fix that.
That seems like an odd way to fix anger, but whatever boats your float.
I'll take another sip of wine. Yeah, well,
Angry about what?
I suppose he has some personal things going on, and we...
Oh, how did your things go today?
I think they went well, but he did not, apparently. Our ways of handling things are quite different.
Did you get to talk to
The Grand Duke.
Stelmate? Well, she just heard that you originally had the meeting with Duchess Stelmane.
Oh!
We're supposed to be keeping it a secret.
I love how you guys are doing an excellent job of
Oh, I didn't know that!
Stops when you say that, and it's just like you
I mean, yes,
met with.
maybe. Anyway, we agreed to 2 things, and the bottom line is we will be filling our pockets pretty soon, which is exciting news.
Is one of the things that you accepted and you're filling your pockets with from him?
Him.
Oh.
Sips wine. Be more specific.
The person whose name you just said? Her face is like colorless at this point.
Great job.
Perhaps, but there. Sorry, I think I just realized.
Same.
I didn't, but I still wanted to make a face like I did. There was the promise of, was it 100 or 1,000? Multiple hundred gold, I believe.
Just say a number.
He can certainly afford to pay you. He has money. That's for sure.
That's not what I was talking about, but I mean, I don't see what the problem is. Gold was what we were after to begin with. We could, as much as I love Dust Town, maybe find something eventually in the city that is less dirty.
Yeah. Sometimes the city isn't as nice as it seems, and I'll probably sit out when you do stuff for him just 'cause that would probably get messy for everyone.
Why is that?
My father, the Grand Duke and I have differences in some of the ways that, we don't get a. I mean, I've never met him.
Right. Well, I don't think you were as slick with that as you intended, but seeing as you're drunk, I will hope that you forget your slip up, and I'll let you tell me on your own later. But totally gonna remember that.
Finian's like,
I like forgot you were in there. I was like, why? Oh, right.
no, he's not writing anything down.
But Adi is.
All he is.
Yeah, I was like, I'll let her tell me later on her own accord, writes it down.
Okay.
Pulls out journal right now. Right. Well,
I think I'm gonna go to bed.
alright.
Just like kind of noticeably deflated at this point.
I feel bad, but I don't know what to say to make it better. Can I do anything to help you feel better? Since I seem to have ruined your mood.
No. It's just in the nature of some things to hurt.
That was deep.
Yup.
That was real deep, and I don't know what to say to that.
It's a battle that I'll have to fight eventually, maybe, but not tonight. Tonight, I got drunk, I made new friends, I talked about cute boys and magic, and it was good.
Is she laying down or is she sitting?
Yeah, she's like laying down and kind of like looking up at the ceiling at this point, eyes still open.
I'll stand there quietly for a moment, kind of making like a few faces, like I'm thinking, but like showing it with my face, and then motion her to move over.
She kind of like scoots over. Is this gonna be like the first night?
As long as you don't touch the shower, we should be fine. And I'll slide into bed next to her.
Fair enough, but I'm warning you. You're not gonna get to see me topless again unless you pay for it.
Oh boy, it's getting hot and heavy in here.
I can just imagine from his perspective, there's just silence for a second, and Kai just goes, "Okay, that's my line." I'll just lay down and close my eyes, and we'll say.
I was gonna say, yeah, the last thing. As you say that, the last thing she says before she drifts off to sleep, she kind of like turns into you, and you just hear like a soft chuckle before. I knew it. All right, so going to bed for the night, getting ready to wake up in the morning and pursue your first quest. Specifically, I believe you are going after the one issued by the Grand Duke, as well as Duchess Thalamra. That is where we're going to cut to our break. So, we'll pick up first thing in the morning with what you guys are doing in your investigation and maybe possibly a fight if you guys are able to piece together some puzzles. But we'll be back in 15 minutes after we are done our break, where we can go grab some things to drink and eat and snack real quick. So, yes, see you soon. Bye!
Hello.
Suppose so. Oh wait, are we live?
Yes.
Yes.
Rip.
Dope.
Hello, welcome back. We were totally ready for you. All right, so getting right back into it. All of you wake up the next morning feeling some degree of refreshed.
Do
some
we?
Slight degree of hungover.
Sore.
Some slight degree of sore. Some slight degree of your face peeling. In the middle of the night, Colette did switch positions so that both of you were laying the same way, but she's facing away from you, so you don't just like wake up to her face. You wake up to just like her kind of like
Her off
facing
the
in
couch.
towards the couch.
Do I remember what had happened before I went to bed? Like, just that, like, nothing actually happened.
Make a history check with disadvantage.
Oh no.
Are they both good?
Just one, as you know.
Right, that would be -1, so 6.
You remember the meeting. You remember getting really drunk.
You're right there, buddy.
Sames. And after that, you remember, like, you're like thinking back, and there's like a brief like 5-second memory of like climbing up the stairs. There's a brief 2-second memory of like opening the door, and then like that's about it.
Nice.
Sounds like you had a fun night.
So I
You are completely clothed though.
I'm completely clothed. I
Yes.
open my eyes, and I'm sharing essentially a bed with someone.
By completely clothed, you know, it's
I
completely
have that,
clothed as
like,
tea can
dun
be.
dun. Is she still sleeping?
She's facing away from you. You can't really tell.
I, like, very quickly, not gracefully, like, stumble backwards off of the couch.
Like thump as you hit the ground.
Just as quickly as I possibly could get away from her.
It looks a little funny coming from the monk to just like ungracefully just kind of like go butt first onto the floor before standing back up. You hear a chuckle come from the couch.
What?
That's it.
Why? Hello? What?
She kind of like rolls over, and you're kind of met with like the very early sleepy morning face of Colette. She's just like, "Good morning to you too."
What did we do?
Slept? Well, you drank and then slept.
That's it.
No, actually, we had the steamiest, most passionate lovemaking I have ever felt in my entire life. I have never been with another woman before, but I can't imagine possibly laying with anyone else ever again.
Seriously?
No.
Fuck you. And then I walk away.
You
Oh,
wish.
I would have loved it if somebody else was in the room just like drinking tea. Just still was in the room.
I'll just do my normal like morning meditation and check on Mount
While crying.
and all that.
As you're walking away, she's just like laughing to herself.
Cursing under my breath in Orcish.
Alright, everybody else, coming to in the morning. You wake up in like a weird on top cuddle position with Luna. You wake up and you're kind of like, Cat kind of like has her head like right about here, you know, when you're like being the big spoon for someone and they're facing you and they're kind of like snuggled in like up under your arms, like right on your shoulder.
So I had a thing I wanted Fendi to do, but it's just like real simple, real quick. In the early hours of the morning when like people are like, you know, people who like work for a living get up and start doing their jobs. Fendian like he like crawls out from under the bed and like sprints back to his fucking house. And Gerder's there every morning, so he's like, Gerder, I'm moving. And he's gonna ask her if she can move all of his stuff to the library in the tower. Because he's like really fucking paranoid now, and he's like, I'll be safer with more people who cast spells. He's not actually going to move any of them. He's just gonna ask her to do it, and then he's gonna go back to the tower.
She just kind of like rolls over where she is on the couch and just, what was that?
Listen, you have muscles. I need you to use them. Consider this the only thing you have to pay me for using my house is your house as well. All these books need to go to the tower, the side of the suites. I can't live here anymore.
All right. And then just kind of like falls back to sleep.
She's supposed to have like a real heavy bad Russian accent.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's really hard to convey that over 2 words said like you're half asleep.
Yeah.
Hello, friends.
I will.
Something really bad and
I
terrible.
was gonna say, yeah, it's not like she wakes up going like, oh, vodka, vodka, vodka,
Yeah.
vodka.
I will
Anyway.
break your.
Anyways, I thank her. I trust that she will do it because even though she's a sleepy drunk, she is usually pretty good on her word. And then I'm gonna like run back to the tavern and
How far is the tavern from his house?
we all walked there together on our first session in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes away.
So I'm making it 5 minutes. And I just wait for everybody else to come down to the bar. I'm like,
Sweaty.
he's not very fit.
Anybody else want to do anything fun with their morning?
Just taking a long morning bath.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Why not?
Anybody else?
That's what Gorkazai used to do.
I'll slip out of bed. I'll try not to wake Kat up, and I'll like get dressed and cleaned up, and put on my bloody shirt.
I feed the dragon and then I go downstairs.
The dragon appreciates being fed, follows you downstairs. At this
Cool.
point, it's starting to imprint on you.
It's like
You're definitely the favorite.
Nintendogs.
Okay, so the 5 of you eventually meet up downstairs. Kat eventually joins you. That is it from the squad upstairs. Yeah, that's it.
Is anyone hungover?
Yeah,
Just tea.
T's probably a little bit hungover. Tries to like fight through it for the meditation, but like meditating hungover definitely blows.
Probably used to it though.
Yikes.
Like your party.
Yeah, and when Kat comes to sit down at the table, just sits down immediately. Just
Wait, who?
Kat,
Oh.
just face onto table, and you just hear,
Are we sitting in the bar now?
what?
We're
Yeah,
all sitting in
you're
the bar now.
downstairs.
Someone had a fun night.
Fuck off.
I'll just like give her hair like a ruffle. And order breakfast. Since somebody else could say.
I mean, once I'm done meditating, I think breakfast and stuff.
So I hope you all don't mind. We're going to be our temporary roommates until things blow over.
room
What
was offered
things?
to you in the first place.
I know, but I said no before because I had a home, but now I'm moving from that home.
What's wrong with your home?
I mean,
Nothing's wrong with it, it's just been compromised.
they didn't say they knew about your library, but they definitely
They
know
all know
about
who
the
I
tower.
am! They all know who the one drow who lives in Baldur's Gate is!
You're not the only drow here.
Oh wait, yeah, there's, sorry, one of three!
That's more.
There's not a lot of drow here.
Yeah.
Very few.
Listen, there's...
Just because they do mostly populate the Underdark, and they are one of the reasons that I was like a little like surprised by everyone's reaction to what the Grand Duke called them. If you tried to find 5 people in the city who really loved and supported Drow, you would be unsuccessful.
We'll just get you a pair of fake horns. You'll blend right in.
Well,
As
you
what?
can paint these on your skin. And point to my sword.
Listen, and I just like do like the appearance changing thing. I can do this, fine, no problem. But then that stupid man was like, eh. And then, how would he even know? How would he even know I wasn't just David? I don't know how. I don't like those people. I
David?
don't trust them. Yes, that's my alias as a human.
He had a very bad disguise last
David,
night.
what?
Just
Just
David. What? I don't know. David Davidson. I don't know. Listen, I'm just.
David the human is what he told me.
Listen, I just need. There's a lot of reasons that I just don't want to get killed or stabbed.
I don't believe any of us want to get
I'm
killed.
just eating
Exactly.
amused, listening to him.
So I'm just going to be here for a while until things cool over. My friend's going to be bringing all of my things over. Let's just say she owes me several favors at this point, so that'll be taken care of.
And who's your friends so we know to keep an eye out for?
She's a big lass. It's hard to miss her. She's blue.
A name?
Girder.
Girder.
Yes.
Isn't that
I'm
the
just
thing?
gonna
No,
like.
Yes,
that's
it's
a
the
garter.
things that girders hold up like ceilings and things. She's very strong.
I'm just gonna like very firmly put my hand on your shoulder. I bought this time. Just relax.
Bought us time.
A lot of time for you isn't so much time for me.
Not a discussion we should have in a populated bar,
That's for sure. Listen,
but
we just,
definitely a discussion we need to have. Unfortunately.
yeah, we should have it before we do a job.
Then let us go upstairs and get this conversation over with.
So you all
I
head
don't
upstairs.
know if you want some of the people in the tower to hear it.
So we'll go up to the roof.
Yeah. As you're walking back up to the tower, Colette, Gab, Luna, and Rare all kind of like pass you on the way down. Just kind of like giving you a wave as they depart. Rare kind of stops to talk to you at least, and it's just, we are heading out for the day towards the academy, if that is all right.
Oh, I forgot that we had
Always.
that.
Enjoy.
All right, thank you. And then departs.
That reminds me. The dragon's following Arwen, right?
Yes.
Could Sylvanus would crouch on to pick it up to see if like the eye colors match the one he saw?
The dragon probably wouldn't let you pick it up.
Mhm.
It's also 100 pounds.
Yeah, it's also fairly heavy, but as you peer into it, it has like really like nice like light blue eyes. It doesn't match.
I'm going to pet the dragon. I forgot that the dragon's like with us. I keep thinking that she's just like in the tower the whole time.
Yeah.
It's just with Arwen usually. It's just usually with Arwen usually.
Yeah. She appears to enjoy having this many people around. She kind of like excitedly goes like begging for pets from everybody.
I'll give her all the pets.
Baby.
She's so cute.
I'd give her a couple pats and be like, "Go on, kid."
I'm just making like baby sounds at it. She's the only thing that seems to make him not a little paranoid right now.
Are you a spy?
You would never rip my skin off, would you?
The rest of us might.
Oh god.
Anyways, to the tower.
Alright, so you get up to the tower. The only people that are in there now are you all and Kat. That's it.
So what happened? You went to meet with what's his face?
Storm or whatever it is.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Is Kat like in the room?
Yeah.
She's cool.
Alright, so I think everyone saw it, but Rayne left us a letter yesterday. Had it delivered here. Said, please, nope. Dear asshole, crossed it out and said adventurers. down. I understand we got off on the wrong foot. Please accept my sincere apologies and allow us to meet diplomatically tonight down by the bridge, Deston side. Truce, with love, Rayne.
Right, we all read the letter.
Was sent here, so he knows we're here. Find myself in
Autumnalis.
Autumn Leaves? Autumn Leaves
She
went
does wear those.
to the bridge, and he seemed to be there by himself. Third job offer in the same day.
Oh, wonderful.
We didn't
Actually wants us to work with him. I said we're not going to work for free. Said find me information on the man I'm looking for, and then we'll talk. Also said I needed to talk to you lot, because I don't know if any of you are interested in that. I really don't give two fucks. But, yeah, so the guild actually wants us to work for them.
Oh.
He said that if we don't, we're fine, but if we don't and we fuck with them, they'll kill us.
we're about to do some few jobs that guys with them.
And there were backup waiting on roofs.
There were several times 3 people on the roof.
See, I wanted to go by rooftop. We would have seen them.
Yes,
would've
you would
killed
have.
us.
I was smiling as you said that, and has already rejected it.
Fendian can't climb. He'd be like,
I toss you.
You just gotta turn into a mouse first.
oh my god.
Wait, but
Don't you start.
Toss me.
Wait, but if they wanted to work with us,
Don't
why
tell me
are
now.
they trying to kidnap us?
So, Lord of the Rings reference.
I think that they're just
What?
being very
I
good
know.
at lying.
Cool. I'm glad.
My thought is it's probably bogus. And if it wasn't bogus, they were trying to take you in to offer you a job. They were only taking you in this one probably for the ransom money.
More than
And
likely.
I think they just wanted to kill me because I wanted to kill Rayne.
Those type of people. Although I would like to believe that not everybody is like this. They're clearly the kind of bunch where they offer you a job to get close to you, and then once you're of no more use to them, they toss you to the side, they kill you, or they, I don't know, I think he's lying. I think it's...
He's definitely lying, but we
like a
might
wolf
have,
in a very bad sheep outfit.
for one reason or another, we all have some sort of tie to them. So
Unfortunately,
working with them might be the safest route,
Aren't we
even if
about
it's just
to?
on paper.
Are we not about to take, or have we not already taken 2 jobs that quote unquote mess with them?
yes, we have, and
Yeah,
I don't
only
want
the
to
one.
associate with those people.
Only the one we know for sure. The other one's just random lights.
Well, think of
True.
it this way: with the sewer, if we kill everybody and don't let anybody go, then they'll just never know about it.
Or we can do a total 180. We tell the guild what we were hired to do. We tell the guild we can be their inside man.
No!
That sounds like an
Absolutely.
awful plan.
That the guild, I want to be as far away from them as possible for personal reasons. The further away I am from them, the better.
That's right. I don't know why they wanted you.
No, they didn't want me. It said on the note they didn't want me. I want to keep it that way.
Why would they want me?
You said you made some sort of weird deal with them earlier.
What weird deal?
I thought you
Oh,
pissed
a bet
somebody
went
off. Down
sour.
I pissed somebody off down there,
Yeah, that's
but
probably
he's the
why.
guy you met with yesterday. And
Exactly.
if
Yeah.
he sent the
Rayne's a
note,
little prick.
but if he sent the note, then he
Probably
knows
just
what
doesn't
the
want
Black
him well.
Rose is, and he knows about the symbols or whoever wrote on the note.
I'm talking
So
about
he knows who's coming after us.
Yeah,
Did he tell you?
we know already. It's one of the leaders of the guild. Sandra told us already.
Oh, it's one of the
So
leaders of
why
the
would we
guild? I
work with the
totally
people
forgot
who we
that.
know wanted him in the first place?
Oh, the guild. Sorry, my brain confused it with
Because if
something
we
else.
work with our enemies, they are no longer our enemy.
They're still shitty people. Excuse me, pardon my language. They're still not good people. I feel like that's just a really easy way to, "Yeah, we'll work with you, old chap. Ah, yes. Anyways,
And if we work with the guild, then we become enemies of Baldur's
the whole
Gate.
city, yes.
I mean, I could give two shits about Baldur's Gate.
well,
Well,
that's-
some of us are trying to get in good with Baldur's Gate,
and some of us call this
Mistake.
our home.
or are trying
I mean,
to
you
make
said
it
you
so.
were leaving. I
don't
might
know.
have a place for you.
I don't know. No, I can't be around people if I leave. I need to be on my own for a while. If I leave. For right now, I think I'm safe in the tower. I don't know. Anyways.
But there is another option that we just triple agent. We tell the guild we're working for the Grand Duke. We tell the Grand Duke we told them that we're working for them, so we can't actually do anything, but we can get them information.
What?
Well, that sounds good being spoken aloud. I feel like we're going to get caught very easily, considering the 4 leader people are having some inside troubles with people there being from the guild. And no offense, we all sort of stick out like sore thumbs, wrapped in a bundle when we're out and about. So,
I mean, it's suspected that someone from the guild is a part of the council. Do you think that the 2 that sent us to take out the guild would be a part of the guild?
Quite possibly.
no. I mean, if it was really that convoluted, they sent us there to get
If
killed.
it's starting to become noticed that they're in the sewer, what the best way to then get rid of it?
They could be setting back their own plans.
Unless the plans are already
To make it look
completed.
like that they're not part of the guild.
Or it could
What?
just be a trap by the person that is on the guild, because they want to get rid of us still. And it's a trap and we're going to die.
Enough! I don't want to work with the guild. You all can do what you please, but I am not working with them. I don't want to associate with them. I'm not comfortable with that. I will work with the people who I know for a fact aren't going to kill me immediately.
Everyone will kill you if pushed hard enough.
I actually agree with Fendian on this one. I would like to not become part of the guild.
Of the crime syndicate?
But
Of
you
the
are.
syndicate!
Correct.
He's having like another panic.
What is
You
it-
are
what
one
is
of
it- what it-
you are one of the best listeners out of the group, and always have a good ear to the ground. What do you say?
I don't think we should dismiss the note. But at the same time, I understand why you want to get information. I don't think it's a good idea to align ourselves with the guild, but I think it's a smart idea to use them for what they're worth. Bad idea to go with them. Good idea to use them. Good idea to stay with Baldur's Gate. Bad idea to let them kidnap me and sell.
Sounds good to me.
So do we say yes?
No! That's the opposite of what we're saying.
We say yes, but we don't actually do anything for them.
You already said yes. I made darn sure I'll just say anything except cry and run back here.
You know,
I
she'll
didn't
just-
cry. I cried. I was very scared.
You know, she'll
I
just kill
keep it
Rayne
back.
the next time we see him.
I would love.
Oh,
I
that's-
have not even met the man, but I would love to wipe the
That's
smirk
going
off
to
his
just
face.
piss him off more.
Please, Rayne's definitely at the bottom of the totem pole. No one's going to miss him.
Maybe if we make it look like an accident. Like he fell from the docks onto a big rock.
We'll dump his body in the river.
Or in the ocean.
A shallow one.
With rocks in his pockets so he sinks. So I've heard that's how it works.
Could just burn him beyond recognition.
seen that
Oh,
before?
alright.
Out of character. Out of character. Out of character.
I can arrange that.
Okay, in character that is like,
Out
wow.
of character. In character, maybe. Out of character, I've seen
As you
it.
can see, I have quite the specialty with that. Gestures to birds.
I'm a little more shocking. She'll go like this and there will be lightning between her fingers.
Nice pun.
Alright.
I don't think you want to see my specialty.
Cat,
no,
Cat
what
just
will
like
happen?
leaning up from the couch. So, are we joining a crime syndicate? Are we not joining a crime syndicate? What are we doing?
I'm not. It's no from me. Ding, ding, ding. It's a
Fair
no.
enough. I don't think you can trust them. Then
No
again,
deal.
do you really think you can trust any of the nobilities who...
I trust them a little bit more. At least they tell me that they hate me to my face. You know, if you want to do the thing with the crimey people,
I
you
know.
could at least maybe say that you betrayed us or something, and then you're gonna go work with them, but you're still with us. I don't know. That's something.
That is quite simple to make about. You can't trust nobility.
Nobles are as close to scum
Well,
as the guild would be.
At least the guild
they...
will stab you in the back and you know it's coming. But the nobility, you
Stop
don't
trying
know.
to change my mind. I don't want to go with the guild.
Did they say what they wanted you for?
Crime.
No, they just kind of seemed interested in
In
our
crime.
skills. I think they were impressed by how we dealt with their other compatriots.
Oh, they
Maybe.
also told us that we murdered them, even though they attacked us first.
Well, I mean,
Dead
we,
is still dead.
to be fair, we did still, you know, they came to us alive. We came out of that alive. They came out of that not alive. So, I mean,
Good.
we, You still killed people.
Self-defense.
We didn't murder them.
It's-
not like
it's-
we were like.
It's self-defense, but I mean, it's still, killing someone.
Yeah,
if
tomato, tomato.
if a deity came
Have
down,
you ever killed someone?
if a deity came down from
Who
the
hasn't?
heavens and was like, if you kill another person, you're going to the 9 hells. And then we did that, and we were like, it was self-defense. Like, there's still going to be like a self-defense, but you still killed somebody, and then we go to the 9 hells.
Well,
I mean,
I at least know one deity that isn't that annoying.
The 9 hells are a cozy place.
You know, deities.
Quite warm.
What? Not that many.
Everyone, we're getting off track.
yeah.
Let's go with this vote.
I mean, worst case scenario, or not even worst case scenario, just general idea. What if you all just like planned another meeting with that guy who you met with, and all of you went, and it was like you could just ask like, I don't know, maybe like what they specifically wanted with you, see if you could use that meeting to like weasel out the information you needed.
We don't know how to contact them.
I'm
He said
sure
he'll
it would
come
be
back
easy.
if he has any information for me, and honestly, he's useless to me unless he does.
Maybe at least see what they specifically want with you.
It
May I,
doesn't matter what they want.
may I offer a counterpoint? They're already impressed by us. If we quickly strike out a few of their guild posts, they might be forced to offer a much better deal to us. If we could become a much bigger threat, they might, at that same point, buy us out that much quicker.
Or
That's
they'll
a good
kill
point.
us.
Why do we want them to like us
Yes.
more?
I'm just pointing out that we can buy us more time.
I do think that we should make another meeting with Rayne and discuss this with him. I'm sure we can find out more without agreeing to anything quite yet.
But we don't know where he is, and we don't know when he's going to come to us. I think we've said yes, but we quickly strike out and make us seem that much more valuable to get, which means he'll come to us quicker. That means we can get that second meeting. So
All
I
I
think
know-
we should take out the sewers and then these ruins.
All I know is that we're all associated with what they were and who their leaders most likely are. And the person I'm looking for may have been taken by them. So, whatever I need to do to get that information, I'm going to do it.
Who is it?
I'll answer the door.
Don't open it.
You
I'll
open,
open it.
You open it. It is Finn.
Thought it was gonna be Rayne. I was...
No.
Oh,
I like Finn.
hello? I'll let him in.
Hi. Sorry, I just had regarding the job details I gave you yesterday. I just had a small update on that. We have a map made of where you're going, for the ruins at least. I'll hand that over to you. As well as when you are ready to leave, just send a note up to the palace, as there are 2 members of the academy who would like to accompany you on this. It seems as though, from our newest scouting report that just returned later in the afternoon yesterday, this appears to be a little bit more intricate of ruins than we first thought. So they will be sent along to aid you, as well as to maybe study a couple of the things that are there.
Do we know them?
Are they possibly twins? They're Aqua and Knight?
They are actually. Those are 2 of our
Right.
lead researchers from the academy.
That's a good thing.
Yes, they are. They're prefects. They lead their respective schools of magic.
Is that a good thing?
The only time I've met them was storming into an office and then fighting alongside them. So
Well,
take that as you will.
What were their
Yes.
names?
Aqua and Knight. Just take out the N and Gale of my name.
But
Sylvanus Aqua Nightingale.
all right.
Was silent.
Well,
Yes.
thanks for coming all this way to let us know. I'll pocket the map.
Did you add a K? Did you add a K
Uh,
tonight?
But aside from that,
I put a capital N, but I put a K before it because I wasn't sure.
Nightingale's in the bird.
What?
Nightingale is in the bird.
Oh, I got you.
yeah.
Tech guy's back.
That's why I said
Check guys
without
back.
the in-gale.
Check guys back.
With a haircut?
Looking fresh and fly.
Looking fresh.
I know.
Okay. But all right. So anyway, back on topic. So also be like, also, I know there's 5 of you that we offered this job to. We're we're going to pay you 250 gold. Since this did turn a little bit more convoluted than we first originally thought, we actually are going to increase that slightly. We have a stipend of 150 gold pieces that you can use to hire on more help as you see fit. As we imagine, you will probably need it.
Wonderful.
So yeah, there's that as well. So yeah, just let us know when you are ready to leave, and we will have the researchers come out here to meet you. That is, I believe, all I have. Kind of like looks confused at the mass on the couch. The cat like sits up and turns around to look at him. They make eye contact, and just like there's an awkward tension as they make eye contact as Finn stops talking.
Oh, Finn, have you met our dear friend Cat? Finn?
They just look at each other before Cat kind of like bows her head and just goes, Phineas? Finn like
He got Phineas.
jauntily waves and just, Caitlin?
I thought it was Catherine, yeah.
Literally have
Phineas.
literally have never said the full name.
Yes, you said Catherine.
Yeah, you said
The
Catherine.
first session.
Nope.
Yes, somebody was like, what's that short for? And you went, Catherine.
Don't recall that.
Oh well.
I watched this. I watched it at work. Listen, I will go by Caitlin. I just have to rewrite it.
That's
There
why
it is.
Cat with the K was so confusing when it was Catherine.
God damn it, I only wrote it as cat in my notes.
How Kai? Kainon.
But yeah,
Thought you
as they,
full name me.
after they say their names, there's like another 5 to 10 seconds of just awkward sounds before Cat is just glad to see you're doing well. You know, all out and about.
Oh, have you brought your dear friend as well, Finn? I'm sure love to introduce him as well.
No, he is currently on other business up at the palace. Yeah, things are good. As long as I'm not there. Glad to see you are doing well. Not there as well.
How do you two know each other?
I don't
I
think
love
that's any of
how
our business.
blunt you are sometimes.
Hmm?
So I love how blunt you are
Asking them
sometimes.
a lot of questions. Why are we asking them so many questions? We have so many things that we get to
I didn't
focus
ask
on.
questions. All I did was just introduce.
I thought her name was
He said it
that
like a
or
chicken.
something, so he knew not only a nickname but her full name.
Her name's not Baitlin.
Bateman.
Because she thought
Just
it was
because
Bat.
you go by a short name doesn't mean you have a long name.
I'm going to go wait downstairs. And he goes
Okay.
and waits downstairs.
Neither of them responded to a finish. Just like, we're old friends.
Mm-hmm. Cat, how do you know the prince? I thought you were like a bounty hunter something.
And didn't go often to the castle.
I don't go often in the castle. But as you can see, I am currently talking to the prince. And guess where we're not?
But then how'd you become such good friends?
Does she look like she needs help?
She looks like she is just really unfucking comfortable.
I'll sit next to her. Wait, she's still laying down or is she sitting up now?
She's standing now.
Oh, well, of course she is.
She does have legs.
I know, but I had a plan.
Little girl with dreams.
I'll get
Legs.
up.
There
She's
goes
so
your
nice. I'll stand up and I'll walk over to the couch and I'll sit her down and I'll kind of like pat her head. Well, she's got a bit of a hangover, so let's not push her too far.
So do I.
Let's do. That doesn't matter.
Are
Let's
you
do.
staring at me? I'm downstairs.
Oh, but let's do. I just always look at you for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue on with our plan. And
She does one of those where she
save-
like runs her tongue across her teeth and just, all right.
Brush your teeth if it's that much of a problem. So let's get on with what we were doing. I know I have a few things
I
to
just
do.
woke up.
Oh
Join
my God.
Fen in the bar.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you just
Finn,
woke up.
I was
I was
at-
like, we
I
know
was
that.
about to say, Finn just kind of like nods his head to you as you pass by.
Let's just,
Shakily drinking a shot.
let's just get
after
stuff done.
T leaves from the French, just she's pleasant.
Exceptionally friendly, isn't she?
You just need to get to know her a bit.
Absolutely charming.
I will probably allow that to continue to be a theoretical idea.
Well, thank you for coming all this way.
Yes, like I said, whenever you are ready, just send us a note. Nice to see you again. Cat just kind of like looks and just kind of like bows her head. As he turns to leave, she just speaks up one last time and just goes, "Can always just leave." He just kind of stops and just like turns around and just goes, "I'm going to be honest. I fucking wish," and just shuts the door behind him.
I just still like petting her.
Just kind of like leans back against the couch before just.
Shh, the mean man's gone now.
He's
He wasn't the one asking the questions.
he's really nice, and we are friends. It's just a bit of a awkward situation.
I'm sure.
I mean, I told you I am from a. I've already told you on the trip back here from our wonderful cave excursion that I am from a noble family of Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe it can be a little obvious how we know each other.
Quite.
And so it was kind of one of those things where when it happened, we were close friends before, and so when I confided in him, sort of one of those "you too" moments, which is not something that I expected, but still something that happened. The only difference is that I walked away from it all, but he is in a position where that would be a little bit harder to do, as not only a prince, but he is more or less set to take over his mother's place one day. So him walking away would pose quite an issue.
That it would. Well, as fun as all of this has been,
Yes.
let's, as they say, rip it off like a bandage and get this over with.
Dude,
And
he said
where
bandages
are you
exist.
going today?
That's why I said bandage and not band-aid.
No.
What?
Where is it that we are going today?
Sonnet.
Sewers.
Sewers.
Why?
Because we had received a job offer to take care of it.
From...
The Grand Duke.
Right. I actually just remembered I unfortunately have an appointment elsewhere today, so I will be leaving you to that.
He won't be there.
Still probably for the better. I wasn't that drunk last night.
You were, but
Sober enough that I remember.
Well, don't let us keep you waiting.
Right, yes. I shall depart. You go all downstairs. It is just the five of you there now.
I would say, before going down, Arwen, do you mind staying back for a moment?
Absolutely.
You do mind?
Yes.
Okay, then.
That's the point, and I'll just follow you still.
You would have stayed back.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, I think so. Follow
I
us,
do
Hank,
mind.
okay,
Like, he does mind, but he's gonna stay with you.
Gotcha.
It's a joke. It's just a bad one.
all
I
right.
appreciate it.
All I know is that the guild wants something from each of us. I think mine's is to ransom me back, more than likely, but there could be something else. It could be they want to use what powers I have. They might want to use you for similar things. I just want you to know that I'll make sure whatever is in my power that they won't take you away.
I will do the same for you. We got each other's back.
I know how sometimes people say they have each other's back, but don't mean it. I just want to sincerely show that you are a part of this group, and I will do what I can to help you. I'm not physically intimidating, but some of my spells, and sometimes with my blade, I can do quite a bit, as you might have noticed with Kai's shirt. Or with the bandit captain I killed.
I like to hit things. I could hit pretty much anybody who comes at you funny. So, even trade?
Jester
Very well.
approaches. That's funny.
Friendship?
Absolutely.
I love how everyone's forming alliances, but like not as a group, just as like individuals.
Well, it's not just individuals. It's mainly
Just so.
like a
The common factor is Sil.
He's used to being a diplomat.
You two downstairs would see the prince walking out of, like, coming through the tavern part, sort of like departing the door, kind of like he sees both of you two and like waves.
Yes, goodbye, have a nice day.
And just look away.
Wow.
I down the rest of my drink.
I'll
I get the
wave
morning
to him.
started like
That was
vodka.
good.
Right? Hold on.
Oh!
Wow.
It's dead.
I did mine earlier, so.
Ah,
I got.
Stop.
It's just the fact I don't care about bones cracking except specifically necks cracking. It scares
Sorry.
me.
You just do it so
I can do
charming.
wrists.
I got little baby
Stop it!
ones.
I
was like
hate
broken.
this.
All right.
I grab my house every now and then it'll just.
Oh!
Anyways.
Wow, the point. Hey, there it is.
Where?
Right here.
It's flying away.
Alright, does everybody we're all in the bar place now,
Yes,
right?
we're all in the tavern
The
area.
prince would say to you at least. Actually, no, he wouldn't say it yet. As he is exiting, someone else comes in, and it is Lucian.
Ooh,
Oh.
I like Lucian, even though he hates me.
We met him yesterday, right?
Yes. Him
Or
and,
not
him and
yesterday.
the prince kind of bump into each other on the way out, and he kind of like Finn like gives a bow and just goes, "Sir Lucian," and Lucian also kind of gives a bow and just goes, "Ah, Sir Phineas, it is nice to see you today. I did not expect to run into you here." And kind of, upon being called Sir Phineas, you can kind of see like Finn get like a little excited, kind of like wiggle.
That's wholesome.
That's a mood.
Before just kind of like they exchange a couple of words before Finn turns back to you and just goes, "Apologies, it seems a pressing matter has come up for you today. So, as far as the visit to the academy was promised, we'll have to possibly reschedule that for a different day. But
It's fine, no rush. I understand.
there will be one forthcoming." And he departs.
Goodbye.
And Lucian kind of walks up to the two of you.
Hello, Lucian. How are you today? Just
Not
another
too-
day working at the palace.
Not too bad. Yeah, just another day where my uncle keeps me very busy. Certainly.
I can imagine so.
All right. So there has been only two of you here, but still,
They'll be
no
down
bother.
in a moment.
And as all of you come down to see Lucian talking to the two of them, there's been a bit of a breakthrough in the case we had for you, as it were. We had put a hit essentially of the same kind of job we offered to you out for the Adventurers Guild, and it was undertaken by two adventurers. Upon their scouting reports,
To drown?
as it were, yes.
He's making this face. Stealing my money.
Regardless, I do not believe they are going to be able to handle the whole situation
Oh, okay,
themselves,
great.
so our contract still stands. I was simply going to report that it appears they are very close to a breakthrough as far as the guild's objectives go, and we have managed to trace the entrance to where they are doing this to the sewers dockside.
Well, that's easy.
So I would recommend maybe doing some reconnaissance there, perhaps maybe a a night stroll through there to kind of see what is going on. But simply my suggestion. I just wanted to bring you the information. I do not have anything else.
You don't believe we should attack during the day? We should wait till tonight then.
When they're actually doing things, I suppose.
I think that would probably be the best, not only to catch them in the act, but also under the cover of night might make them a bit sloppy.
Do you mind if I ask a few questions just so we can best prepare ourselves?
Feel free. I will answer to the best of my ability.
Is there any type of lights, torches, or magic for the sewers itself, or we provide our own light? Because that might announce our approach.
Occasional torches. There are down there.
Has there ever been reports in the past few years of, giant creatures, gang hangouts?
A guild hangout for sure, but giant creatures in the ocean that the sewers turn into, but not the sewers themselves. Occasional rat or this one nasty bit of business with a couple people gone missing that I actually got sent down for and ended up about waist deep in a den of a phase spider. That was unpleasant, but there's not. That's what the fight was originally supposed to be, but we canceled that shit. Just for you. You're welcome. Anyway.
Are the sewers marked?
In what manner?
Like if they were to do additions to it or apply new types of plumbing, they know where to go to do it. Or if they have to make a fix of some sort.
There is a map, though I do not currently possess one on me. The sewer systems have remained unchanged almost since the building of Baldur's Gate. It's a very old system, and you'll find the sluiceways down there are maybe 10 feet wide as far as the carved part goes, with the actual walls themselves being maybe 20-25 feet apart.
Right.
With large open spaces where things can drain into. It is a very vast system designed for a very large city.
Then I believe we should pick up some torches, chalk, and at the very least, I need to pick up a quiver. Or rather, come into this as prepared as possible.
I agree. I mean, we have the day. Might as well stop at night. Well, I already got what I need. I can't afford anything else. But I don't mind tagging along.
Any further questions you have of me?
Would you be able to procure the map by the time we are ready to head out?
Uh,
Or if you want, we could try to go get it ourselves.
I can certainly do my best, though. I do not give any promises on that one. Some records in the city can be
Hard to obtain.
Yes, it is a very menial task, but some,
It's still a lot of paperwork to shift through.
as it were, and some people just. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The person who handles a lot of our systems filings there, he is a bit of a prick to deal with and just sort of makes things harder than they need to be for no other reason than just sheer sadistic enjoyment.
I see.
When somebody is bored at their job, they typically like to make others suffer through it as well.
Yes, he originally dreamed of becoming a knight, but was evidently not very good at that.
Books
So
are great. He's being a baby.
I also imagine after we do complete the task, you do not want us to come straight through as we just walked through the sewers, so more than likely the next day.
one more time.
I believe you don't want us to come straight to the castle after the business is done. After all, we going
The
through a
next day
sewer.
is fine. Also, I imagine if you strike at night, this may be hard to believe, but the Council of Four are regular normal people who do things like eat and go to bed, so they don't just sit around there all night.
You mean they're not gods?
Of course not. I almost called you Thea.
Far-
Woo! Tia.
Far from it. They're all flawed creatures. Though, if you did ever see my uncle in battle, you might be a little convinced otherwise. He could might be able to give some of the ones who rule from the outer planes a run for their money. He's quite the fearsome presence.
I stretched my leg out and I kicked something.
But that is all the questions I have.
All right. In that case, I wish you luck with your task.
Thank you. You have a good one. See you around.
You as well. Godspeed. Departs.
Well, then I'm going to go pick up those few items then, so we can be prepared.
Just so we can.
Also, good news. I know the two people he's talking about, so it won't be super awkward.
How do you know?
Oh, well, they sort of. I met them in the woods a few days ago.
Just
And
wanted to
then-
tell you so you can go first.
They were
five
looking
pizzas.
for a place to stay here.
Two
And I told
peppers.
them to go to the fishery. I have some contacts from there from
Just
when I
so
first moved.
active one
And
and
then
backup one just in
They
case.
thought that fish were
Um,
gross and boring because they're too good to do
Length of rope.
do the scab work.
And,
And apparently they're doing some jobs for the adventurers guild.
Because I don't know if you can buy
So I
individual
guess they
pieces
picked
or
up
a
the job
pack.
that we picked up too.
13 gold pieces altogether.
Okay.
Yes.
Shirt.
Shirt. How nice.
So, do we want to hire someone else
like those,
for
like,
that other job, which is pocket
White,
money?
like flowy shirts that
Yes.
everyone wears.
We can use
pretty
it
much.
to gift.
One of
like
those,
that
but
and
like
such.
on the nicer side.
Yeah, yes.
Not
Question
like
is,
super fancy,
do we
but
want
2
to
gold,
have
6
another
silver.
NPC to keep track
all
of?
right.
It's like nice. High card count. You can tell it's like real con.
Egyptian
Yeah.
god.
Well, like I said, we could also use that gold to like pay Gab and such for going along with us.
Mm.
So they get actually share of the loot, so to speak.
It's very hard to hear you. I'm so sorry.
So they can get a share of the loot, so to speak, because we're getting paid beforehand.
Mhm.
But they only gave us 150, and
We're each getting 50 as it is.
That could
I thought
be-
we were getting 250 apiece.
No,
that's split
250
between
total.
us.
Total.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the
Oh, I
150
forgot about
So that would be
that.
3 people. Or one
One-
person and we pocket the change.
Or one really strong person who does 3 people's worth of work but compact.
Luna.
What can Luna do?
Have you seen the great sword strapped to her back?
Does she know any magic, healing, or is she just good with the blade?
She's a kank, isn't she?
I believe somebody who's
Rune something is
more
her blade.
well-versed in the blade would be helpful as
Lax would be good.
Rex.
That one.
Although I do have I remember that like it's not at my
I want you
hip
to meet a
anymore.
character who's just a total cunt to you always and just gets T's name wrong constantly.
P.
How can you get one letter wrong?
Just call her every letter but T. Refuse to
Okay.
call her T.
She probably wouldn't. I feel like she wouldn't care.
Start calling her numbers.
T might not be your name.
It's R.
Yeah, it's what 8 over there said.
I'm insulted. I'm more of a 7.
I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to T.
Why would you be insulted and then call yourself a number less?
Because it's lucky.
Oh.
Sorry. Sorry, as you get farther on this table, it just gets more chaotic.
I'm aware.
Chaotic
saying
neutral
don't be
represent.
I guess while they're shopping, I double check on Gerder and make sure she's actually like
Really
going
kept
to
the
help
least
me.
chaotic on
As you go to
table.
check on her, actually, you go to
Compared
depart
to
the
Syl?
you go to depart the
Oh, I'm talking
suites,
about out of character.
and like
Oh.
30 steps away is Gerder carrying just a fucking armful of books.
I was hoping she would put them in some trunks, but I suppose this works as well. I'm just gonna wave to her and thank her. I'll hold the door open for her.
What a gentleman.
This absolute
hands the
beast
door
of a woman walks in. She's got huge tits, by the way. I need to mention that because her armor specifically like makes them like in right there in your face.
That's how we lost
She
some of
wears
yours.
a really cute cranberry dress with a little gold trim. That's a sweetheart.
She's gigantic, she's muscly, she's got huge tits, and she's wearing this gorgeous, like, cranberry dress.
Yeah.
Blood orange.
It's for such.
Girder?
Yes, that's
I just look
Just,
up at. Wait, how tall
Yeah,
is she?
she's kind of like grunts
she's
at you
like-
as she kind of like is carrying like probably close to like 45 books piled up.
She,
in her
she's
arms.
like almost 8 feet tall.
Do you need a hand
She's
there?
purple.
I'll just stare up at her
Nope.
and go, holy shit. That is a big woman.
That one could work.
You know, believe it or not, we became friends because she got in a bar. You know, she was competing against draft horses in a stump pulling contest because people weren't good enough. She got into a bar fight. I was trying to leave, and she actually punched me so hard I went flying out the door, and I cried, and she felt bad for me. And then she just started living in my house.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big woman.
Yeah, she's
What a story.
she's
Here.
huge, and I give her like a pat on the
New
arm.
bouncer?
She's very strong.
New bouncer, perhaps? Works.
Or we could
Good
use
service.
her for that extra people.
That too.
She's good at hitting things.
I'm still staring at her. I'm like, her bicep is bigger
Oh,
around
she-
than my head.
She is a bodybuilder. That's like her thing.
How many bodies?
At least 10. Anyways, thank you, Gerder. I feel like he always shouts up to her because she's so tall.
I can hear you. What?
I'm excited to see if you guys choose to hire for the thing. But anyway,
Do
That
we have
one.
any mail?
what?
Do we have any mail or anything? No. Alright, cool.
Just a crumpled up
Alright,
letter.
so
just do
I was
it.
about to say you do your shopping. Anybody else want to do anything? So what'd you like to do as a group?
We'll wait till it's sewer time, I guess.
Anybody else?
We all
Anybody?
just bum it.
Say
in the fucking bar.
anybody else doing anything, or is everybody else after they're done shopping just chilling in the bar
Is-
for the day?
Kai shopping with Fen. Or are they going separately?
I was gonna go with just in case we role played it out, so it wouldn't be a big group split.
We're not role playing it.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, we already
They're already
got
done.
I was gonna say, I
If
know
you
I
go by
did.
yourself, T will follow along. She knows you're scared. If you don't, she's not going.
I know I did
Aw,
offer for
I
Armin to
appreciate
tag
that.
along.
I'll tag along then.
He actually doesn't have any more.
On your shopping trip, as you kind of are walking around, you make your way into town a little bit, then you kind of make your way back to the bridge. You actually walk past the district that's kind of notorious for being the Ferox district, and it's not directly on the road. It's one row behind where the road is. But you actually walk past where make a perception check for me.
Do I see this as well? Because we.
Well,
take care-
I was about to say nothing strange has happened yet.
Okay. I just want to know that whatever's happening is if something did happen.
15.
This is just specific to Arwen.
Yeah.
15?
Mhm.
Perfect. You're actually walking by where the house where you grew up in was.
Oh no.
Yeah, that section. As you kind of instinctually just look up to just sort of wistfully look at it. You notice something odd about the front door.
What's about the front door?
There appears to be a knife or a dagger just jabbed into it. Kind of notice this as the front door is maybe 45 feet away off the road.
I'll be like, hey guys, just give me a second, and I'll go up, and I'll walk up, and I'll see.
All right.
Nervous Tina groan.
Following after.
I'll just start going.
Yeah.
You get up close and it appears there is a slip of paper kind of stabbed to pinned to the door with a knife.
Okay. Can I read the paper and not touch the knife?
No, the paper appears to be folded up.
Why are we at this place?
No reason. Help. Okay, I'm just gonna grab the knife, pull it out.
Grab the knife and pull it out. The paper falls to the ground.
Can I read it?
Is that meant for you?
It is now.
Wonderful.
Whose house is this? Where are we?
At this point, I don't know. I have a feeling, but if Aaron does not want to say, then Aaron does not want to say. Are you going to be okay, Aaron?
Oh, that's why you stabbed the paper. Oh.
Unsuccessfully for 3 minutes.
Hey,
Dull knife.
succeeded in the end, and that's all that matters.
This is cryptic, you guys.
May I?
It's time for the rat to take its poison.
I guess we're fucking off.
I hope
And
Syl doesn't
would
read
you
it out
eventually
loud.
show it to everyone? Or just to Syl?
Just so.
Well, and Kai.
And Kai. Kai's here. Kai's here. He's gonna see it.
Do I know if where the ruins are in this place is near each other?
Make a history check. Roll that dice.
That's not good.
Is
14.
Fendi in there?
No.
14. You know that the ruins are somewhere, they said somewhere south. And you actually went along a path that was outside of the mountain range that makes up the valley on your right here, so you know they're north, so they're almost in opposite directions.
Do you possibly know who C is?
Come in.
Do you possibly know who C is?
Potentially. Hopefully.
Are they someone, family, close friend, ally?
Family. I'm
Blood?
hoping.
Blood or bonds?
Blood.
see.
I
Alright.
can't get my hopes up though. I
Um,
really can't.
After the sewer job, if this is something you want to go after, I can. You have my vote.
Thank you. This might be important.
It's why you have my vote.
What are we voting on?
What to do next?
They're
After
just
the sewers.
yeah, they're just discussing.
We have more than one job
As you
opportunity.
return from your shopping trip, is there anything else you would like to do as you wait for night to fall?
I will make no comment on that unless
Yes.
Arn brings it up. Is his place say?
Does Arwen bring it up?
Maybe with Luna.
Got you. Luna is currently departed for the day already, but
Okay.
when she returns, we can certainly RP that.
Then I'll wait for Luna.
All right. So night begins to fall in the city of Baldur's Gate. What would you like to do?
Just to pass the time. So this week playing downstairs.
Would
Be playing downstairs on the harp.
fine. That's nice. Some people come up and drop a few coins next to you. If you have like anything place to drop coins into.
He would just motion it towards the bar, like give us a tip to like Sandra.
Sandra appreciates the tips.
Oh, you're in the bar. I thought you meant downstairs in the tower.
In the bar itself.
I'll just sit at the bar listening to it.
It's very nice.
How long do we wait for nighttime for the match from Lucian before he doesn't show up and then we decide to just go?
10 o'clock.
I suppose that works.
Don't want to go too early.
True. I think 10 is quite late, but I guess not for criminals.
It's just the beginning.
Crime doesn't.
That's why
sleep.
they're criminals, Fenian. They stay past curfew.
I would spend most of the day
Not
just
too.
like resting to make sure I'm good to go.
I'd probably oh sorry, this is just like roleplay flavor. I'd probably like be in the room, assuming that like Kai and Kat are in there, and be like messing with like the different forms that my weapon can take. Now that I know that that's a thing that I can do, I'll be like, it's a dagger. Now it's a slightly bigger dagger. Whoa.
Cat's not there, but you do it in front of Kai.
What?
Cat is not there, but you do it in front of Kai.
Oh, I just wouldn't do it if Kai's there then.
Wait, where are you?
I was gonna go in the room, but if Kai's in there,
Oh,
I
in the
just-
bedroom?
Yeah,
I'm not in
Oh
there.
yeah, Kai's downstairs. I forgot.
Yeah, I'm in the bar.
I do that, and then when it's time to go, I go.
All right.
What's the
So
group?
night falls. You all.
I know she possibly wanted to wait for Luna to repeat that.
They're coming back late enough that if you wanted to wait until Luna got there to RP that, you would be going to do the sewers a different night.
It was very hard for me to hear that. I'm so sorry.
If you wanted to wait for Luna to RP, like the conversation with her tonight, you would have to do the sewers a different night. 'Cause
We
they're
can
coming
wait
back
on
kind of
that
late.
then.
I just want to make sure that
Yes.
Cass knows.
It's already out.
So you all depart the bar then together. It's a group of 5. The one question I will ask: are you taking the wormling with you as you depart?
Can I ask the wormling if she wants to go?
So, okay.
Wow, helpful.
She's very small, to the ground, and we'll be all over all things, and we're going to be walking through shit.
There's walkways in the sewer.
I don't want the wormling to get hurt.
Shit happens.
Can I wear Can I wear like a generic black cloak with a hood?
Could I, either with a cloak or even with some of this jacket, like wrap some around it so the dragon won't get too dirty, or like if it gets.
You swaddle the
What if
dragon.
we give her booties?
So we're like yarning her.
Can we buy it little dragon booties? Little leather dragon booties?
That would have to be custom made.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that it's gonna have to be custom made. There's unfortunately not a Dragon Booties R Us in town.
Well, I have no
That's
problem
a very
taking her
niche
with
market.
us, but if you don't think it's a good idea, then it's not the end
I
of the
don't
world if
care.
we don't take her.
I'm not washing her.
Just leave her here. She'll be fine.
We could probably use. Actually, I don't know if she can find.
Before we go, I'm gonna make her like a pillow fort with snacks and things.
She loves it.
Excellent.
I'm gonna give her some pets.
Let's go.
She kind of like settles down into it, just
I'm gonna just.
Like a
kind of
nest.
like a yawn, and just kind of like lays over in it.
Yay.
I'm gonna disguise self again as a human, but not as David.
George.
I'm just gonna like disguise myself as a human woman, and I'm not going to talk the whole time.
Okay,
Will you be
that's
able to
going to be
stick to
quite a
that?
shame.
She's just gonna pat you real hard on the back. Alright, let's go. And
try
puts
not
up her cloak hood.
Alright, so you
Yes.
all depart
Mhm.
the suites, heading towards the docks.
So
Would you like
no
to do?
map.
Don't appear to have gotten one. So no head.
Oh my god.
Oh.
When we start to get close, I would recommend taking a stealthy and quiet approach.
As we get closer to the docks, or as we get closer to the sewers?
Sewers?
Alright.
There's many entrances to the sewers
Am I familiar?
in the dock district.
I'm gonna be like, I think I should have talked to my drow friends first. I don't know if they're going to be down there or not.
Can I find an entrance to the sewer?
Don't you know some
There's
magic
like there's
way?
a couple of like covers to it on the cobblestone.
Magic vision
paths.
what?
But they're all like covered up and
How he does it.
No, I don't know that.
there's a couple that like directly empty into the
I can do mage
directly
hand.
empty like into
I
the
can do my
ocean.
sunbeam
They're like
burst.
maybe like if the ocean
I
levels
can
like
do
here.
mage hand now.
I know.
So there's like
Dang.
You
pouring
could
out of
take.
it.
You could have taken the dagger out of the door.
What?
Can I
Right.
look
Take
for
the
a
dagger
loose
with it.
cover?
Didn't need to.
Yeah. First, all of you. Well, if you're approaching stealthily, T make a stealth check.
I'll try to be stealthy as well.
What are we approaching softly? Sorry.
The sewers.
That we're
Sewers.
Yeah,
if you like it
might
towards
as-
the docks.
I'm
Might
gonna
as well
walk
give it a
in.
try.
Go for it. I don't have to roll here. You guys don't have any NPCs with you.
25.
12.
Can I peek in
14.
instead of just
That's
walking?
better than I
quickly?
thought. Kai is so
Yeah.
stealthy that you can't see him anymore.
Because he's on the ground, he fell.
He's holding so still. He's
guys
invisible to
are-
the human eye.
Feel pretty confident you're not making a lot of noise.
Except for that one.
All right. Investigation check from you then.
You got this.
I don't do anything.
What are you doing?
I said I was looking into it. Just
Looking
like
into
a
what?
peek into the entrance.
There's many entrances to the sewers.
Which
like
one are
there's.
we going into?
You have no idea. That's the whole part of the investigation.
Oh, so we're in like an
These
area.
don't
where
work.
there are many
You're in the
different
docks, yeah.
entrances.
What the? Sorry, I just rolled a 1 and a 20 at the same time. 6 on that investigation.
You're going through the ones on the streets, and all of them seem to be sealed down pretty tight.
Could I find one that's possibly down an alleyway? Because I highly doubt they would go for one like out in the open. Or one, like,
They're
that's really-
they're mostly just on the streets. You know, there are some on the streets, and there are also Fen would know this at least. There's also like the where the sewers exit, so to speak.
Yeah.
Is out like on the side of the docks themselves, where like if the water level's here, then it's like
Could he go check that?
I'm assuming
That?
this would be one
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
hard to get into.
make an investigation check.
Yeah.
And
So it's hard for
Arwen, you can
people
also
like
make an
us to find
investigation
it.
check as you go with Sil.
Nat 20.
That 20
Hey.
doesn't quite matter then.
Five.
So both of you go down towards the dock, kind of
Let's roll
splitting off from the rest of the
investigation.
group as they check. Should be decent
7.
at least. But both of you head down there and kind of look towards the ones. And there's like a set of 4 of them that all have like. Look at the first one. It's just like kind of like some stuff slowly pouring out of it. Occasional waves kind of slapping up, pushing some stuff back in before it ebbs back out. And there's like a large grate that has squares that are probably 6 inches by 6 inches just all along, made of like really thick steel bars. Second one, same thing. The third one, same thing. The fourth one has nothing on it. No grate.
That one.
I would assume so.
I think I found it.
Good eye.
Is there a ladder?
No.
I go first. 'Cause
Fantastic.
learning from last time.
I'll go last.
I'll watch her go down to wait to see how far it's out it is.
So, well, the interesting thing here is it's not so much of a down. It's
Was that a side?
so this is
More
this
of an
this
inn.
this is the dock. You're standing here. The entrances are here.
Oh, okay.
and the water is here.
Yeah, that's
was
why I was so
like-
confused when they said climbing down. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so just, hands
Poke
in.
yourself in.
There's not that little of a gap between the top of the dock and the start of the sewer.
What
The-
you're saying
the-
is
the
we're gonna
docks-
get messy.
If not messy, then wet.
Alright. So I said we shouldn't bring the dragon.
We didn't.
You didn't. The dragon's currently curled up in a little nest in the
I don't
library.
understand why I can't just go in. Like, I understand I'm getting covered in shit today. Like, I've accepted that fact.
She's gonna get wet.
Like, I'm confused as to why I wasn't
not
able
by
to do it.
Colette.
But I wouldn't know any back entrances.
Probably not. You hung around the docks and stuff, but you certainly didn't hang around in the sewers. Not a sewer rat.
Oh, I was gonna make the joke, but you got to it first.
You could get in. I'm saying that, like, the easiest way it looks like to get in right now is to dive into the water and then
Can like three
Like-
of us hang?
climb up into the
Can
entrance.
Three of us just lower T in with rope.
That would be really obvious.
You could certainly try.
I'm just gonna bite the bullet and get in the water and go in the sewer.
Alright, Fen dives into the water.
I'm like,
The rest of you, are you trying the row method?
I watch him dive into the water. I'm like,
it's the first time I've had to do something
I
disgusting for
trust
money.
you, none of the rest of them, to be able to lower me, so I'm just gonna jump in.
2 dives in as well. You dive into the water and, like, it's near the sewers, but it's still it's the docks. Like you're diving in and you're just immediately hit with it's salt water.
Yeah, I just get
It
in and
is
climb into the
Fresh,
sewer.
clean salt water. It smells a
Yeah.
little bit worse as you get into the sewer, but as the swim up is just you're swimming in the ocean.
Yeah.
Make sure not to drink any water, but yeah.
And then you're like the probably like the bottom like 8 inches of the sewer is just like the ocean water. Like that is about where it levels out, so you're able to climb in pretty easily and just pull yourself up into it and you're there.
I'll do one of those instead of jumping in, like you kind of sit down on the ledge and try to like scooch and like lower yourself, but then ultimately just drop in and go ha! And then go under the water.
Got you. Arwen and Sil.
Oh, that 9 hells with it.
Dives in. Arwen.
Just eats himself in.
Perfect.
Grabs yourself by the back of the
So,
shirt and
five,
pushes yourself.
yeah, the 5 of you are now officially in the sewers.
Sylvanus, do you have any spells that generate a large amount of wind, perhaps?
Just hold your breath.
No, I want to get dried off. I'm gonna wring out my cloak.
I'm gonna have to probably swim out.
I will. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to be talking. I will.
It's very echoey down here. Sewers are about between 10 and 15 feet high. The sluiceway, as he described, is about 10 feet wide with like 5 feet of walkway on either side that is dry.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be on that part.
Yeah, I'm like wringing my hair out,
Can-
just
they
cursing.
can do that?
I don't know prestidigitation.
So do I need to stealth again?
No, I'll use your stealth rolls from earlier.
Is it?
Yeah, guy's boots just
No.
squeaking the whole way.
Is it pitch black? Is it torches?
Looks fine to me.
There's torches about every 30 or 40 feet on either side.
That was a duck.
What? It's not gonna pick up.
Maddie's pet cats and duck.
I wish.
Got any grapes?
Prefer lemonade. Well, not in the same way at least.
I'll just go around the corner.
I don't want the fudge down by the shore. Sorry.
One of those days, huh, honey?
You know, it's a good joke when two people
Right,
go,
so,
hi.
as you,
in unison.
So what are you guys
That happens
doing?
a lot in my poems.
Walking in.
I
leading
guess
the way,
I'm
so-
going to try to listen to see if I hear feet shuffling that aren't ours, or maybe some like distant voices.
Make a perception check.
If you roll bad, you only hear Kai's boots squeaking.
I
mean,
22
For
for a good old
the
drow listen.
as you go down this straight stretch, you only hear your own boots.
What does his elf ear see?
They can't see much, but I don't.
You know, the hole with your elven eye see?
So far I don't hear anything out of the ordinary.
You eventually see a wall approaching, and you reach a point where the sewers go left and right.
Can I hear anything down either side?
Perception check.
I would also make a perception check.
Ugh.
Because I know
Like,
Ari
9.
is very good at this being like a roguish type person. Can I have me and Arwen look for tracks?
Tracks.
Like on the ground. Because you know we're stepping through muck and
Yes.
such.
I got 17.
I got a 9.
No sound coming from either direction.
Okay.
Make a survival check.
Okay. Are we both rolling or?
Am I also
'cause I was gonna
rolling?
ask him to do it as well.
Sure. You can both roll for survival.
Oh, not good. Not good at all. That would be a 10.
11.
A little hard to make out
Okay.
altogether. Not quite able to find what you're looking for.
Looks like a
Well,
bunch of
not
shit.
well-
out
Rolling
of
into
character,
that.
whenever I'm exploring the dungeon, I always start with the left.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
left.
Let's go.
Left.
That's what's the left turn.
And you're rolling so good earlier.
So you head to the left and continue walking down.
So I don't know who's in the back, but like for one, Fendy's just not in the back because he's one of the first people that went
Yeah. Marching order.
in. We should.
Are
I guess
we
I'm
in the
first.
front?
Or you.
We can be side by side.
That's fine too. He was just gonna suggest that like whoever's in the back, like periodically check to make sure we're not being followed.
I'll be in the back just because he's probably busy like ugh.
Alright, so you are in the back.
You
You are
want
in
to
the
walk
front.
side by side, like in the middle?
As you are walking down, anybody would like to do anything?
I think Cass didn't hear me. You want to go in side by side in the middle? He's in the back. They're in the front together, side by side.
For sure.
I just want to focus on being quiet and keeping like an ear out.
Okay, to make a perception check.
Another one.
Yes.
Yeah, 15.
15. You walk for another maybe 45 or 50 seconds in silence before you kind of hear like some whispers up ahead of you.
I would like stop everyone and then be like,
Can I hear anything?
You can once T points it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out a copper wire, wrap it around my finger, point it at T. Can you make out what they're saying?
You just kind of hear like up in the distance. Just,
fuck all, but if it's not the drow that we're expecting down here, are we killing them?
I would have to do it again, cast
Yeah.
a cantrip. Yes.
Alright, I ready my staff. And I go. Like, I'm still gonna be quiet, but I'm gonna start walking
Yeah,
forward.
since she readies her stuff, I guess we're ready for a fight. We're gonna just be like, just discreetly summon just like my regular flamberge at my hip.
It does a whole Final Fantasy summon, so it does a whole song, dance.
It's just like a long sword, but it's like wavy.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Ooh.
So, there's a sword like that. I'm trying to think what it's called.
Flamberge. I always say flamberge, but then Liz said it like fancy, so I'm assuming I was saying it the gross American way.
Flamberg. Flamberg?
Yeah, I think
That's what I
it's
said.
flamberge. I looked it up on YouTube. It's flamberge.
It's totally.
Liz said it
Alright,
right.
so
It's totally
as you
Flanders.
approach, the voices get louder and louder until you can eventually make out some of the words they're saying. They're just kind of like you kind of hear like one of them. Actually, what languages do you speak?
Common, Primordial, Orcish, and Thieves' Kit.
What language are they speaking?
They are speaking in a language you don't understand.
Infernal?
What languages do you know?
Infernal? And
That's-
common?
I have
There's-
Undercommon, Elvish, Giant, and Common.
They're speaking in a language you don't understand.
I wonder if they're speaking a language I understand. I think I speak Sylvan.
What languages do you speak?
I'm trying to figure it out. I don't remember where I wrote it.
I don't know. Probably.
Last time you said it, it was like Common, Sylvan.
It was like Common, Sylvan, and Thieves' Cant.
Common,
Maybe
Elvish,
something
Elvish,
else.
Infernal, and Abyssal.
Interesting. All right, so you're the only one who understands this.
Oh, is it Undercommon?
Yes.
The draw.
You can kind of hear them saying. One of them is just like, "Do you even know what the fuck they're digging for?" And so you hear another voice is just like, "I know. We were just told to stand guard and make sure no one comes along." And then it stopped too. not too difficult of a job. Far be it from me to question with that whoever's in charge what exactly they're planning for this. The other one is like, fuck off.
I'm gonna point at Syl and gesture your wraparound wire thing, then point back at me.
What?
What?
Well, they're speaking Undercommon, but they have weird accents, so they're not the two drow I know. They said they're keeping guard. They don't know what's going on. So.
Are we killing them?
I suppose.
I just imagine I see you guys going like.
Okay, I'm hoping T will be able to interpret this. I'm gonna grab my drow ear and go.
He's saying, I suppose we can kill them.
Got it. And I'm just gonna keep walking.
Got you. You eventually get to the point you can see them. They're
I
about
love this
30.
character.
Is everyone else walking with?
Yeah.
They're about 30. You get about 30 feet away from them. Before some of your party did not roll very well for stealth.
Look at that.
that one didn't notice anything. That one does with a high enough check. One of them kind of like looks up and just goes, "Oi,
That's the clap.
oi!"
I'm gonna
and
cast
kind of
darkness on them.
Patrick!
all right.
What did you cast?
Actually,
Darkness.
I'm gonna hold off.
Or I cannot. It's up to you. I mean,
I'm going to hold off on that just because before you can even react to it, something happens. You are like that party member that just like, so you see two people, you see your two allies, fireball!
So, the
I
tavern,
forgot there's a mic.
so the tavern goes up in flames, right?
Yeah. But you see just, oi, and one of them kind of takes one step to you before you kind of see like a light coming from maybe like 40 feet away from you, so like 10 feet behind them even. There's just like this weird bluish energy that just sort of like almost appears to like be a line as it slings itself like a rope towards the one that is like pointing towards you. And as he like takes a step forward, it kind of falls around him like a last one. He's just like, what the and does not even get a further word out before it just pulls taut around him. He is like pulled in the opposite direction before you just see a bolt of electricity run along this line, and you just hear like a shout of like pain before the body just drops to the ground.
I'm like, it's Nox.
The other one is just like, what just
More confused about.
and then just silence after that. The figure is still standing, but just silent.
Okay, good. I don't
Before
have to-
walking to take the creature's place who was pulled, you would see Nox. The rest of you see a male drow, approximately 6 feet tall, with kind of like medium gray skin, these pupilled red eyes, with silver hair that fades to like purple at the tips. He's wearing robes and carrying a staff. So he just sort of gives you all like a nice bow, and it just like turns to you. Then it's just, oh, I see you made friends. Very good. We were told that someone would be down to help us out with this, but glad that it's you.
Yep. Oh wait, I forgot that I'm currently disguised as a woman.
Are you still disguised?
Yeah.
I thought you would have dropped that as you.
I mean, I can. Oh yeah. I don't know.
Because you're about to cast darkness, because wouldn't that...
Oh, true. Yeah. Is darkness concentration, or does it just stay up?
It's concentration.
Okay, then yeah, it would have dropped when he was preparing to cast it before the thing happened.
Yeah.
So it was a woman, and then.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Sweet. Is the other one still standing there?
Standing there, but like was speaking, and then you just saw like the face was just like kind of like looked to his friend and just went, "What just happened?" And then stopped, and the face just like went slack. It's still standing there, but face slack, not moving, and arm like ting to ting 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 as
Maybe
like
we can tie you
as
up.
like the sword in his hand just like dropped, and he's just like standing there like slack, but still standing.
Buzz and Night Owl, isn't it?
You're saying to the drow?
Yeah.
Nice enough. Wish we weren't spending it in a sewer, but whatever it takes to get paid, I suppose. Pleasure to meet you all. Do not believe we have met before.
So nice.
Where's your sister?
Twy. And the figure just slowly falls forward. It just plops into the filth on the bottom. You see one dagger sticking out of the back of his neck, another one sticking out from the base of his spine, as there is
Alright. Calm down there, Kai.
as there is
Not like that.
a shorter, probably about how tall are you, Armin?
5'11".
Got you. A little bit taller than that, but not by a whole lot. Female drow standing there. Same color skin as the male drow, only she has like lilac colored eyes, and her silver hair fades to red towards the bottom. It's kind of like he has like hair that's sort of it's like half tied up in a messy bun, the other half kind of like falling like just below his shoulders.
Did they dye
kind
their
of
tips after each other's eyes?
kind of like a like a rugged looking face. She has like more kind of like elegant features. Her hair kind of like nicely like braided back out of her face, but just sort of falling to like her mid back. She's in like more like leather armors, kind of like black, sort of like very orange, more oriented for like stealth and speed than it is for protection. But she pulls her daggers out and twists and just like looks towards you and just goes, "Yo."
What are their names again?
They haven't introduced themselves yet, but it's fine.
Guy and girl.
No, they said Twy, and you said Nox.
Oh, Fendi did say, "Oh, that's Nox." But
How do you spell
No, Nox said Twy. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh.
So both names have been said.
Yeah.
I thought it was just NOX, right? Or KNOX.
Yeah. No, it's just NOX.
Uh-huh.
Twy is just TWI.
And our siblings?
That you don't know.
Well, I said, "Where's your sister?"
Yes.
You
Yeah.
can make educated guesses, yeah. But yeah, so Twy just picks up her stuff, looks towards you, and just, "Yo."
Well, it's good to see you both again so soon. As in, like, 2 days later? 2 days? 2 days?
Yeah.
Anyways.
I guess you are reinforcements.
Yes.
Kind of like looks over you and just kind of like nods, because having fought with you, they at least, kind of respect that you're somewhat useful in battle. Look towards the rest of you. Nox is being more pleasant, just kind of like chatting as this happens. Twy is like a little bit more analytical about everything, kind of like looks just.
Which one's the boy and which one's the girl again?
The boy is Nox. Okay. Girl's Twy. Twy just kind of like looks over everyone, kind of like gives a nod, looks over T and just kind of like sees the staff, sees the monk attire, and just sort of just like a little bit more reassured. Just kind of like. But Nox is just. So pleasure to meet you all.
We're all in agreement that we're just gonna kill everybody, I suppose.
At the very least, that is what we were hired for,
I think we should tie up one person. I don't know, keep them.
we can possibly investigate, I suppose. Don't know if that's good for extra gold.
I have rope.
Actually, I do believe he said that can possibly arrange for additional reward.
Extra money for doing a good thing isn't terrible.
Twy,
Anyways,
As long as they don't get away.
Yeah, Twy pipes up. Leaving people alive isn't exactly my specialty, but I can do my best.
well, so since you guys were down here first before us, I'm assuming you should probably lead the way since you have a little bit more experience down here than we do.
It's about as far as we got. We just happened to come from the other side.
Okay. So there's a side we could have gone in and not gotten wet.
No, we did have to.
Oh, all right. That makes me feel a little bit.
We did
better,
have to
honestly.
dive in. We just went through. We kind of found a way to squeeze into one of the gates that was still closed.
Oh.
And kind of came from that direction and kind of been winding around. But they all lead to the same path that goes forward.
Oh, well, that's easy.
So are we going back the other way, down the right hallway?
No, we're going further down this one. I think at
They
least.
were guarding it, I suppose. That. Oh wait. Well, the one body's now like at the bottom of like the gross sewer part. Should we hide the other guy?
I'll just like kick his body in.
Before you do that, I would like to check pockets and such.
Yeah, I want to check for any notes.
Make an investigation check.
I'll just help Sol look.
Before you throw the body, can I loot it?
That's what they're doing right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't.
Oh, it's fine.
12 plus investigation, which is 16.
16. All right. Each of them is carrying a short sword.
Okay.
They're each wearing leather armor.
Okay.
And you find a grand total of 16 silver pieces and 14 copper pieces. And that is it. Give me that.
Please.
Please.
4.
Fine by me. All of these things are things I don't want to write on my. There we go.
How many copper?
14.
You guys done with him?
Yep.
Kick him
Anyone
into
want-
Noted.
Anyone want a short sword?
No.
Nope.
So you
Onwards
continue
we
to
go.
move along.
Yes.
Alright, so you come to a part where it once again goes left and right. And continue go like it's like a four-way intersection.
Actually, I'm gonna start like drawing
Knox.
out what we're doing.
Knox would pipe up and just be like, when we came in, we actually came from the left, so we're thinking that to the right here is probably the correct way to go.
Okay.
Oh, so
Exactly what
it
I
was-
said.
so that means that they came in from a sewer entrance that was like next to ours, but
Yes.
a little bit further down.
Yeah.
Okay. It's making way more sense now that I'm drawing it out. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna go.
Oh, okay,
To the
now
right.
okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Now I understand what you're drawing.
Twi pipes up and just I think if we go straight, it just leads to the other two ways to get in.
Alright. Then yeah, I guess we'll all go right.
Should we all get quiet again?
Should probably maybe send ahead a couple of people who are a little bit more quiet than others.
I'm gonna look at Twy.
I mean,
Yeah, my
And
brother's not
T.
exactly quiet, but
Can I try to like dump the water out of my boots and then
Yeah.
try stuff again?
Not that one.
Listen.
yeah.
I think Twy and T should
Sorry,
go ahead
can-
first.
As it's say, she has to say she kind of looks
Maybe
down.
Arwen.
Probably. If you want to tag along, you can, but I was thinking you probably look like someone who knows how to do this.
12. A
Something
little
like
bit
that.
better than 7.
We'll wait back here and make sure that nobody's following us.
Alright, so
I'm
it's
less
stealth.
squeaky now.
Yeah.
So
Arwen, are you coming along with the scouting group?
Mhm.
Right, so it is the two of you and Twy are going ahead. Make me a stealth check, if you would, Arwen.
You're doing good.
This is a good bonus. This is why I like rolling behind a screen, so everyone is not just like DM.
19.
17.
Oh yeah, she has good bonuses. It's still double digits from that roll.
Go ahead.
Just rogue things. Alright, so you are all speaking stealthily ahead. It goes forward for maybe about 200 or 300 feet. Before you start to hear a few voices. And then you see like a dead end wall in front of you. And then as you start to get like the wall is about maybe probably 20 feet away. Before Twy kind of like puts both arms out
Stop.
and just sort of kind of like looks down and just kind of like looks to both of you and then just kind of like motions to the floor. You don't have dark visions. You just kind of see like a change in the texture of the floor. It looks like maybe. With dark vision, you would see that there appears to be like an opening in a ladder that it, like descends down.
Alright.
Can I like lean real close and try and listen for anything?
You hear speech in a language you don't understand, unfortunately.
Do I understand
Like
it?
no.
Oh, can I?
In Thieves Can't, I'm gonna like try and sign because it's like symbols and signs. Do you understand to Twy and like point down?
I'm just gonna listen in. Does she understand?
You can come find me. You guys know I can.
Oh, she does.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, she does. Like listens in and just sort of like comes back up and nods. And Thieves Can't kind of like mimes back and just like talking about tunnels. Finally broke through. Need to start establishing like permanent connection. Will please leader. Next phase of plan.
Kai's just having a grand old time listening
Alright, so I'm gonna be
and
like,
watching. Because you don't know if these can't.
or, like,
I'm not.
well, you guys
Yeah,
are
we're all
there.
back.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you
I was
were
about
saying
to
that.
say, yeah, no, these are just the three of them that are up front.
I'll sign double back, get the others, attack.
She nods. Okay, so you all regroup.
So they're up there, little ways down the ladder. Fucking kill them. They've made some sort of breakthrough, and we should probably stop them before their leader gets here, especially if we plan on doing that other thing that we were talking about earlier.
Do you think it's possible we would be able to draw them up here
No.
sort of harder to ambush them by crawling down the ladder. I feel like.
We could try, but it might not be any better up here.
Also, if
I
they
actually have a solution. Sorry for cutting you off. I have thaumaturgy, so I can make a sound to draw them.
But may I point out, we don't know if it's a dead end down there, so they can just run farther away.
They broke
True.
through. That's what they said.
Ooh, that's not good. Alright, yes, we need to nip that in the bud and seal off whatever they just opened up.
So you want to just go for it, or?
Try and be quiet. When we get down there, we'll ambush them.
Alright.
Let's do this.
You know,
Wait.
You guys kind of all make your way up to the ladder at least, but you can continue speaking as you.
I was gonna say, what if I disguise self as one of the ones that we killed and then I went down there like trouble up there.
Do you have accurate photographic memory of what they look like? I
saw the one that got electrocuted. I think if I transformed into him, I might still have the same look of fear and death in his eyes. That's what I remembered the most. They got their accents right. Yes? No?
No.
He's not very good.
He's gonna take a very deep breath and use two key points to cast Pass Without Trace.
Ooh.
Very good. As you do that, Twy kind of another stealth check as she approaches.
Cast double pass.
That one's
without
better.
trace.
Pass without trace. That is 9 plus 10, 19, 29. Yeah, she's fucking silent at this
Great,
point.
yeah, alright.
Kind of silently stalks up and like looks down before like walking 5 feet back and just kind of like mouthing to all of you, just like it's only. All right, we're gonna stage whisper here just because I need everyone to hear.
Mhm.
It's only 10 feet down. The whole fort is probably. It's most of the sluiceway wide. We could probably have those of us who are confident falling 10 feet all jump at the same time, so we don't have to all go one at a time. Some people can climb down, but I feel comfortable just dropping down 10 feet into the space.
I can do it.
You look like you could probably take it as well.
If we all
Same.
land at the same time, they won't know how many of us there are.
It's one big
The-
fucking foot.
The room is really well lit,
Oh, never mind.
so everyone will be able to see them at least.
I don't really care. I just want to take care
But-
of this as soon as possible. They're doing something very dangerous.
At the very least, with Pass Without Trace, we won't make any noise.
True. They might just see us enter regardless. I mean, you can be as stealthy as you want, but if you are standing in an open room full of light, it unfortunately won't matter. But if the three of us can all jump down at once, it at least allows us to have a presence in the room as soon as we land, you know?
I'm not going to
Superhero
wait
landing.
for you to get there. Just get your asses down as quick as possible.
Yeah. The two of us, the
That's
three
fine,
of us
Larry.
can hold them off for as long as we
Yeah,
want
I'm
to at first, but
gonna just try to
So-
hop down too, because he's like fucking freaking out.
Nox is hopping down, right?
this is Twy talking.
So, and Twy just holds, well, from what we can see, daggers, right?
Yeah.
You're jumping down?
Mm-hmm.
And you're jumping down.
Nox is like,
So
I'm gonna
this
jump
not
down.
my- not my specialty, but I can give it a shot.
So this
Come
will
on,
do
you're
just
already
for
6 feet tall. It's only a few more feet you gotta jump down.
Oh, and you put it that way, I can't argue.
Sylvanus will, because we might need a front line here.
I think we're all just jumping down
Yeah.
in
sounds
groups.
All right.
Is everyone
so,
jumping down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I
Right.
need to reroll?
No.
I got 25 for
I was gonna
stealth.
say, the
Oh,
minimum I can roll.
I was about to say,
17,
actually,
so-
everyone make a stealth check real quick.
I thought we were gonna have to do a Constitution check.
No.
I didn't make
For her
it
fucking
earlier.
crunchy
Um,
knees.
29.
25, 26, 27,
Still close enough.
32.
Oh, I didn't add my
And
stealth.
you're
Two
10.
points.
From the Pass Without Trace, added
So
10
I
to
got
that.
28
So you got
actually.
28.
28.
Yeah, you guys are fucking silent as you do this. So Twy
We
kind
just
of.
like land on our tippy
I was
toes.
about to say, Twy kind of looks over those of you who are all like jumping down first. At least it's all gonna be like in two groups.
Mhm.
Twy kind of like looks at all of you and just goes,
So when we jump down, halfway down, it freeze frames and then goes cuts away.
Alright, so, and going down first,
It can only 4 go at a time?
comfortably, yeah.
Okay.
But
Alright.
it's going to be you're spacing it so it's literally like land, like 2 seconds later land.
Okay.
I'm not hesitating. I'm just like jumping right in. Like,
Yeetin'.
I won't hesitate, bitch.
I kick high.
So
Kick
you
me.
land.
What?
Did kick high.
Looking up, you see a well lit portion of the sewer.
that appears to be kind of like its own secluded sort of like room almost. It's kind of divided so that there is a grate that water is flowing into the room. It's kind of like going around a couple different areas before it flows back out. And actually, we can do this now that you're seeing it.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Can I turn on the lights?
Yes.
I love it.
The lights.
The ladder is here, so this is where you enter.
Whoops.
Yes.
Sorry.
Towards the opposite end down there is where there is a break-in in the wall. You can kind of see the wall kind of crumbled away. There appear to be two two figures wearing sort of like leathers, dark drow skin, and pointy ears clearly visible that like look up at the sight of this.
And then Ben starts firing.
And then I started blasting.
Fenn's like, hello, brothers, I
with-
brought them.
with a third dark drow skinned figure in like full like metal armor,
Yeah.
like shield, longsword, and everything. There is
Nothing.
is it cast typing?
No.
No, he just said Kai's type.
Oh,
Just a man in armor? I don't get it.
Next to them you see a human wearing like furs and carrying like a large battle axe. Does not seem to be well armored, but he is a very tall, very muscular man. And next to him is a sort of androgynous looking ferox, an elk ferox with a staff.
Ooh. Sounds pretty.
Yes. And aside from that, there are also three large creatures that appear to be
What? A gore attack. Antlers.
Gore, not like gore.
Oh.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was
like
like,
a round shaped, looks like a round shaped large bird like creature, probably like 5 or 6 feet tall, with like really protruding pointed beaks that just look very, very sharp.
Multiple beaks?
There's
Multiple
three of
Multiple
them.
birds.
Oh.
There's three of them that are standing there,
They
and
were
as
saying-
you kind of came down, one of them was sort of like driving like once or twice into the stonework, sort of like drilling almost before it like stopped, and all of them kind of like look up towards you. There's just like a brief like period of just like
Kenkus.
no.
No, they're creatures, not
they
people.
are maybe like they are like round. They are on all fours. They're like beasts.
Can I make like a nature check to see if I recognize the creatures?
They possibly
Same.
Corbies?
Make a no, because you just wouldn't know them. Make a nature check.
I've traveled. There's nature on here.
I've been places.
Animal handling?
Yes, I forgot when she
Alphabetical.
ventured to the Underdark.
That was chapter 6 of her backstory.
16.
16. You would recognize them as they are sometimes used for tunneling and just kind of like run around the upper parts of the Underdark. You would know them as axe beaks.
They're literally like dodo bird-sized ostriches.
Yeah, they're round, they're flightless, they have beaks, they peck, they
So
drill.
just to make sure I have it
You
right,
can summon them with
There's-
spirit animals.
Liz.
Yes.
There's 2 people wearing leather,
Two-
one wearing
two-
metal,
Two drow wearing leather, one drow wearing armor.
a human, a ferox, and then 3 of the creatures.
That is correct.
Great.
Right. So
Yep.
as all of
This
you are
would be
kind of
easy.
like looking at each other, just sort of like kind of sizing each other up. I believe it is time for initiative. But right before we roll for initiative, we're going to end the session for the week.
No!
Oh.
It is currently 10:45.
I
We have been
thought we
going
had
for-
another hour left.
We have been going for 3 hours and 45 minutes. If we want to do like a 4.5 hour long stream, then I would be
No,
more
that's
than fine
okay.
doing the combat this week, since we have not done combat in quite a long time. That is up to everybody else.
No, it's okay.
Not
I
for
have to get up
the-
early tomorrow.
Not for the recording.
Same.
What did he say?
Nothing.
I don't know. But, well,
What was that, tech guy?
I want to keep episode lengths consistent.
Hey, fuck you.
We're still recording.
Well, I think we'll end it here tonight.
Alright, perfect.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we will start next week. Immediately jumping right into initiative will be the very first thing that we do. So
We
that'll
don't
be
get a surprise round or anything.
exciting. Surprise round as you're all staring at each other.
Well, we jumped in,
We're all
and then
like-
I was like, I'm immediately gonna rush in and kill the first thing in front of me.
I mean, like they're the closest.
Oh no,
the,
it's Gruff.
the closest one is about here, and you are currently here. So like you could theoretically rush in, but like you would land, look up, be like, all right, these are my surroundings, and then immediately sprint 30 feet to hit one. And at that point, they're kind of like not surprised. So unfortunately, no, there is no surprise round. We're going right into initiative. First thing next week. So which will be exciting. A good way to start. Good way to ensure that we get through the battle. This will definitely be a pretty tough challenge because I originally balanced this encounter rather. Keeping in mind that you were bringing. Sorry about that. A really weird time to have technical difficulties as we bring us out, but thank you all for sticking around and watching. I know we went a little bit longer than we normally do, but we brought it to, I believe, where it should naturally end. Got a nice suspenseful cliffhanger to bring us into next week. So with that in mind, thank you all again for watching. This video will be up on our YouTube at Tough D&D Wednesday at 7 p.m. So until next time, we appreciate and love all of you, especially Audie, as it would seem. And until next time, we have been the Unlucky Few. Thank you for watching. Bye!
Bye.
If you've enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be live streaming beginning November 9th, 2019 at twitch.tv/TUFDND. For more updates and content from us, check out our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at TUFDND. Links in the description. From all of us here at The Unlucky Few, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.